Welcome in to Shmokin Hot Takes. The Cowboys get lassoed by one of the worst teams in the league. The state of Colorado has outlawed football. And the NFL wrote Taylor Swift into the script. Stay tuned for our Week 3 and 4 hot takes, as well as our updated power rankings. Oh boy, it's going to be a good one. Let's get smoking.
Smoking.
Welcome in to Shmokin Hot Takes.
KDawg.
That was a great smoking, KDawg.
You always do the same smoking, buddy.
That was so. Last episode, I was all deep. I actually did the opposite.
I expected you to do a sad one after the ass whooping the Cowboys got.
I wanted to
No, I've already put that in the past. Well, after we talk about it today.
I was gonna say, there's no way.
We talk about it today, and then we never think about it again.
That's gonna be forever burned into your brain. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's a memorable one. Yeah, you're right. But I'll try.
You know what?
I think the world knew the news 2 hours before you did.
I know.
That's true, but I feel like everybody's team's got one of those losses though.
Yeah, I mean, we had the Hawks. We lost to the Rams.
Yeah,
week 1. So we're not inexcusable from that.
That one feels a little different though. And week 1, 2, I think we can all.
What if Josh Dobbs is just legit?
Yeah,
he had some
What if he's just top? What if he's week 10 or top 10?
He had some. He had some nice throws. You got to give him credit.
He actually runs pretty well too, though.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird. It's weird to see him run.
Josh Dobbs to the Jets.
Yeah, y'all know he's got alopecia.
No.
Yeah.
How'd you?
I thought he was just bald, but there was like an Instagram post or like a commercial I saw. So that was pretty interesting.
And Josh Dobbs got a commercial.
Yeah,
and
dude. And all I can think about is Jada Smith and how Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. Anyways.
That's all you think about when you see the commercial?
No, the alopecia thing. Come on. G.I. Jane.
Okay.
You don't remember
that? Yeah. All right, well, welcome in, folks. Welcome into Shmokin Hot Takes. We're back here. What is this, episode 9?
Episode 9, that's right.
I think so.
On Tuesday, the 26th. And
yep.
First of all, make sure to like, follow, subscribe. You can check us out on YouTube. You can check us out on Instagram. Coop's been putting out some hot memes out on there, so you got to give it a follow. There's some good stuff. And we're also posting like our rankings and our picks.
Yeah, lots of good contents
week.
on there. I'm just we're coming up with memes and
check that out.
And we're just trying to keep you all updated with what our picks are and whatnot. So it's a good spot.
All things Shmokin Hot Takes. We got predictions on there. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. And then like I said, YouTube, X, and then make sure most importantly, hit that follow button on Spotify. We're at 19 reviews right now.
That's right.
Go be that 20th person.
20th.
Go be the 20th. And if you aren't the 20th and someone's already done it, go be the 21st. Go do
21. Can you do something for me?
Yeah, exactly. Please. And then what number's better than 21?
No.
22.
You can't use that now. You have to use that on the later number.
Yeah. We could have.
Okay, come on.
Jesus.
Come on. The people get it.
No.
The people get it. All right. Well, we got a great show for you guys today. First, we're talking through our week 3 recap. We're gonna be playing another new game called Spot the Hot Shot. It'll be fun. Little way to break up the 2 segments. And we got week 4 outlook picks. What you guys need to know, both NFL wise, both fantasy wise. All the good stuff.
That's right.
And then we'll do our top 10 power rankings to give the people.
Oh, those should be interesting.
That's what we're.
They're gonna be.
That's what we're leading up to.
Honestly.
I got some good ones. I gave
I
gave my girlfriend a little bit of a speak.
Are the Giants in the top 5 now?
Perhaps.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Gonna have to stick around to the end of the episode.
Well,
for that one.
Yeah, the math makes sense for top 5 Giants. I'm telling you right here. The math makes sense. I'll explain it later. All right. So what a weekend. A fun weekend of football.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of high-scoring games. A lot of good fantasy numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Some good upsets too. Well, good and bad upsets, I should say.
Right.
KDawg, yeah.
Ho, ho.
No, I mean, overall, though, it was a fun weekend. The injuries were minimal compared to what we have had in prior weeks.
Yeah.
The one big one, Mike Williams.
That's right.
I think it was an ACL. Obviously a big deal for the Chargers. I mean,
yeah,
really, they've just been a very offensively focused team, and he's like their number two.
You know, I do think there's a few people that can step up in his absence. You know, I mean, Josh Palmer's always been pretty solid as a number 3, and then you got the rookie. He's going to get a larger share.
Quentin Johnson.
So we'll see how he can do.
Yeah, I think they'll be just fine.
I think so too.
Yeah, it sounds like Staley came out and said, I feel like Johnson doesn't really get a whole lot of playing time because like they got other dudes just in front of him, and he just hasn't. Yeah, right. So it'll be interesting to see how he fills in because he's also supposed to be that Mike Williams kind of wide receiver type.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll see. I think it'll be interesting. Mike Williams, I hope you get better quickly, my man.
Yeah, dude.
Other notable news. Derek Carr questionable, and Kamara's coming back this week, so should be interesting for the Saints.
Garoppolo.
Huh? Garoppolo is, concussion.
I want to see if that rookie can step in. I don't want to see any Hoyer anymore. I want to see some AOJ. I think that's what his or AOC.
Was he the lefty?
No, but he lit it up in preseason.
I think that was the backup.
It's Aiden O'Connell, right?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Oh yeah. What school do you play for?
I have no idea. But he's pretty dang good.
Okay. We'll have to see. I mean, the Raiders stink, so they might just try it out. All right. Let's start our Week 3 recap. We'll start with Falcons versus the Lions. So Falcons.
Interesting.
They lost this game 20-6. Pretty low scoring game, and really the story was Falcons couldn't get the running game going.
That's right. Yeah.
Then that's just really what capped their offense. There was more Desmond Ridder focus, and boy. I know I was saying earlier this pod, like in earlier episodes, that Desmond Ridder was one of my players to watch.
Yeah, we just watched him lay a dookie on the field.
Yeah, it's a surprising.
He's taking a Falcon dookie.
It was a surprising game, like you mentioned. I think the Falcons only had like 45 rushing yards.
Yeah.
And then Desmond Ridder had 38 pass attempts. I looked it up before this. That's a lot. You would never expect that.
That's a lot.
And how many went to Pitts? How many went to Pitts?
He's like, this.
Like 8. I don't know, man. But that's not the type of game the Falcons want to play.
Not at all.
You see the results. I mean, I think the Lions just took care of business, like they should. This is a team they should beat, and they did. So.
Right, and I think Prophet Jay and myself, we both had the Falcons in this game, and I think what needed to happen for them was just to get that run going, and they never could, and Detroit was just made Ridder use his arm, and that's what you get.
So wow, we have to face a top 10 RB, or we can face an old ass man at QB.
Yeah, Benjamin Button looking ass man.
I mean, props to the Lions though. I mean, like Bijan and Algier have been unstoppable up until this game.
Oh, mostly Bijan, but yeah.
But I mean, both have looked good. Both have shined, and then the Lions just shut that down completely. Yep. So props to them. I mean, I think we've been talking a little bit about their defense. I mean, Hutchinson, Coops, defensive player of the year. But it's not just him. Like they got some other young guys that have been really great, just all around. Not just the line, but the corners too.
And,
so I mean, props.
My main reason for taking the Falcons on that is just because I'd said Lions are gonna lion, and I think maybe this year it's gonna be a little different. I think they actually got a nice little team going. So
yeah, it's gonna be interesting. That NFC North battle is gonna get pretty good. Honestly, between it seems like Packers and Lions.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting.
And I still think that the Falcons, they still have a chance in their division too. I mean, obviously this was a lackluster game, but I think they have the talent in a relatively weak division to still make some noise.
I just think for that team, any better QB, they would actually be like one of the better teams in the league. They got a good defense. They have weapons. It's just Ritter.
Yeah.
Is just not good at
They
all.
can
He's been playing like booty.
Yeah. They can only win one way.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right.
They don't have a chance.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just kind of the recipe.
Yeah.
Stop the run. You're going to beat the Falcons.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. All right, Chargers Vikings.
Oh yeah.
The prophetized shootout was kind of an
well,
game
you know,
it was a little higher.
It
than we
started
expected,
out pretty bad.
The defenses were like, "We heard you."
I know.
We're not letting.
Well, I don't know if you saw the
board,
post, but a lot of the offensive people were tagged in that, and I think they might have seen that post, and I think that might have made them a little nervous. So
we're hitting them with shots. Yeah, we're shooting at them.
I mean, it's still a high-scoring game. It just doesn't. We just set too high.
I know. I was like 70, 80. I mean, I thought the over would smash.
I mean, they hit the under.
They did, yeah.
Or not.
Right,
It was
55
and a half. So
something.
technically, it was less than what even Vegas.
It was put out. It was bet up too high.
Yeah.
But I mean, still kind of a shootout though. I mean, both quarterbacks showed up. Now after week 3,
Herbert looked good, man.
The number 1 and number 2 fantasy quarterbacks.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it was a good.
Wait,
game to watch.
you said number 2 fantasy quarterback Keenan Allen, or that was pretty nutty, huh?
Hey, that pass
was pretty nutty. Yeah, that was pretty nutty, huh?
Yeah, my Williams.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, shout out Keenan Allen.
Shout out Keenan Allen, just like
hot.
buoying my team to a couple 3-0 starts. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I feel like it's only going to get better with Mike Williams. I mean, I don't know if it can get any better, I guess, but like with Mike Williams out,
for Keenan Allen, oh my God, yeah.
For Keenan Allen,
18 catches, 20 targets, 250,
and maybe
no tutty, which is the crazy part.
Right.
No receiving touchdown. He just ate all the yards and then said, "I'm feeling charitable," and just handed them out to everyone else.
Right.
Yeah, so this was, we didn't say the actual outcome. It was 28-24 Chargers over Vikings, moving Vikings to 0-3.
Yep, and you know what?
Chargers to 1-2.
So I called this game Chargers. I'll get a little pat on the back for myself. But, I mean, because I just pictured that, Kirk Cousins looking up at the scoreboard, looking all sad, and that's exactly what happened, His team just wasn't able to go out there and finish. It was just more of like a Chargers outlasting the Vikings. Vikings had it like down to the 20-yard line. They just could not finish.
Yeah, they had a chance to win the game.
I mean, that was just a classic Kirk Cousins choke job, So
it wasn't even prime time, was it?
Or it was a 10 a.m.
No, it was a 10er, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So he was in his element. He was at home.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the Vikings defense just pretty hot garbage. Like if Kirk has to throw 50 times, like I feel like it's just a lot to be throwing. And like man, those wide receivers, they were they're eating, but that defense got to get something going, man. Herbert,
I think
tore him apart. 40 for 47.
Yeah, 40 for 47 is insane.
Yeah,
405 yards.
I mean, that's like what 90% basically.
85. Yeah, that's nasty, dude. He's looking like an MVP candidate right now.
Oh, honestly. Really?
You don't think so?
I definitely agree.
I think Tua might have something to say about that one. We might have had someone.
You might say that. I wonder. A smart man originally told me that. I can't remember. But no, I mean they're both looking like Herbert has been solid through 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Same as Tua, but we'll talk about that more later.
Yeah.
Don't you worry, Broncos fans. We're coming for you.
I mean, I think this shows the Chargers are the better team. However, like I think with both teams, their defenses are going to be their downfall. I mean, they're both terrible. If you want to say the Vikings is worse, that's fine. But
I mean, I think
those defenses.
I think the Chargers have the pieces on defense still. It's just like what's going on. Like they're just not gelling or something. I think it's got to be some sort of coaching issue. I mean, it's still got Joey Bosa. I mean, one of the better.
Do you think Kellen Moore could suddenly?
I think Kellen Moore is going to be the head coach next year. Not gonna lie. If they keep putting up 30+ points a game, or basically 30 points a game, like, I don't know.
Do you think he can really serve them better as a head coach though than an offensive coordinator?
I
Like,
mean,
I feel like some
he
people
might be able to
peak
bring
as the
as
coordinator.
the head coach, he might be able to bring in a better DC or something. He might have some more
I
swing
guess,
there.
yeah.
So we'll see.
That'd be kind of fun. But yeah, I mean, Vikings 0-3. That's a deep hole.
It is.
So we'll see if they.
But yeah, that just doesn't feel like
we'll see if
an
they
0-3
can pull
team.
out.
A team with Jordan Addison, Kirk Cousins, and don't forget Justin Jefferson. Like that's not an 0-3 team to me. T.J. Hawkinson
and the amazing Cam Akers.
Cam Akers, that's right.
I
So,
think they said on the broadcast that only 4 teams since they like realigned the divisions in the 90s have made the playoffs after going 0-3.
wow, that's
So it's
nuts.
not good.
That's nuts to me.
But
They play.
well, I was gonna say we did just add an extra playoff team a few years ago.
True.
So you got to think that the chances are a little higher, but still, it's a big hole.
Yeah. They play the Panthers this week, who are also 0-3.
Yeah,
And that basically kills whoever loses is basically not making.
and I
the
think we
playoffs.
can kind of suss out who's going to be winning that game, in my opinion.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry, Panthers fans.
Oh, I was going to
but-
say Vikings
oof.
fans.
Tough year. Yeah. Okay. Maybe if Andy Dalton plays.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on. So we'll. We said Broncos fans were coming
That's
for you.
right.
And
Yeah.
we're here. We're here, baby.
We are here.
Dolphins versus Broncos. The whole state of
Oh, man.
Colorado. Whew. What are you
I
guys
know.
doing this week?
I think what combined
What are
they
you guys doing?
they got like almost 200 points dropped on them.
Yeah, Dion, Sean Payton, man.
Yeah.
Whew. Get your stinky asses out of here.
Yow.
Honestly, it was all just the Colorado fans, or the Denver fans and the Buffalo fans talking shit
I know.
before the season, and now look where they are. Yeah, Dolphins versus Broncos, like what, second highest point total ever?
Yeah,
something
so
like
I
that,
think 70,
For the
and then
Dolphins,
if they went for
70
3, they would
to
have
20.
tied it,
They
I
would've
had
believe,
the
or had the record.
They wouldn't beat
They
it.
They would've
would've
beat it.
70. I kind of wanted to go on a
That's
little
bad.
rant about this.
Go
one. This
ahead,
one had
KDawg.
a little magic.
Take it.
I mean, okay. So after the Dolphins, they're on the Denver 27-yard line. It's 4th down. They could kick the field goal to set the all-time record with 73 points, and they choose to. Wait, I think they took a knee, right?
Oh yeah.
I actually didn't see
They
it. I
did.
was reading about this later.
They did. They did not.
And then I think the coach afterwards, he's quoted as saying, we didn't come out here to set any records. We're just, it's all in the name of sportsmanship. That just pissed me off.
Yeah.
Like if I was a Dolphins fan, a Dolphins player, and my coach just robbed me of the chance to set like an insane record
Yeah.
just for the sake of sportsmanship when you already put 70 on the board.
Yeah.
I mean, even as me, like an objective fan with no ties, like I was upset by it. Like,
Right.
set the record.
Do you
guys.
think
Like if you,
Do you think maybe
I was gonna say,
he did that because he's like, we could have done it? Like it's almost more
No,
like
I-
another slap in the face. Like we were right there.
well,
It was like
Yeah.
pity.
Okay.
It was like when you're
I mean, what I'm thinking, like if you're so focused on sportsmanship, etc., not wanting to rub the score.
it wouldn't have been 70.
Well,
to
then look
begin
at
with.
some other decisions that were made.
Yeah.
Why not take out the starters? way
Right.
earlier? Why not fall down after every first down in the second
Yeah.
half? Why, when you go to get the touchdown to score 69, you might as well just take a knee. Don't kick the extra point.
Yeah.
Like, why score that out? It's just that just pissed me off. I just think that's so ridiculous. Set the record. You'll never ever have that chance again.
I get you.
And if any coach said like that, I would think would maybe stunt on another head coach. I think Mike.
Right.
McDaniels is
He's
one
got
of
his
those people
shades on.
who would
He's
just-
like,
Yeah, just have this goofy ass,
Oh,
this
man.
small skinny dude, like these like kind of dirty glasses, just
Yeah.
stunting on you
He's-
as a football coach.
He's
I mean, that's
kind of
hilarious.
he's
Come
kind
on.
of my favorite coach of the league right now.
Dude, he's
Yeah,
awesome. I
I
just
like
love,
his demeanor.
he's kind of a
Oh,
weirdo,
definitely.
which is like
He's
yeah,
so
but it's like a
memeable,
fun kind of
yeah.
way in his
And
personality. But he also like he knows
yeah,
his shit.
he's so
and he, like,
smart.
really gives a fuck.
And we'll be dropping some memes about the Dolphins coming up and the Broncos. So if you're not already following the Instagram
yeah.
page, just give that a follow. You're gonna
Oh,
see something
yeah.
good coming up.
They're gonna be
Oh, yeah.
hot. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Broncos fans, man. Have fun with Caleb. I don't. Do you get Caleb Williams if you have Russ? If you give
I
Russ all the money?
can't.
I don't know.
I think you.
This is
I
a
think
whole
you
other.
can.
We could have a whole other.
I think if
episode
you got
about
the
this.
chance, you do it. Like if I mean, Russ has improved this year.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't think
but
it's
he's
I don't think
certainly
it's
not
Russ's fault right now.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's about time we stop pretending the Broncos have a good defense after that.
Which is why, yeah, I definitely thought they had a good defense.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly
I mean,
sure
they did last year. That's
what happened.
Yeah, I mean, last year they were kept in so many games.
Right. I mean, they still got
This year.
Surtain, and I don't know if you saw, who is it, Chosen Anderson now? Burn
people.
Patrick Surtain. Like, yow, come on.
Wait, is that
Yeah, that's Robbie Anderson. But I don't know if you actually, if you guys
my
also, I
God.
think this had to play a factor, is how the stadium's set up. The Broncos were just cooking all day in the sun, whereas the Dolphins had really nice sight of shade. So I think that could have definitely played a factor.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I saw I think it was the NFL that posted it or something. It was like the top so far this season, like the top highest speed reached, like the top
Oh, yeah.
7 or something, were all Dolphins players.
Yeah.
That's
Like, it's
ridiculous.
insane. Yeah.
Holy cow.
That team is so fast, so dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're fun to watch, man. Especially when you call Tua as your MVP.
All right, and Tyreek as your offensive player of the year. Come on, we could share a little Dolphins love around
All
here.
right, fair.
I called nothing.
Fair.
I actually called Sean Payton's coach of the year.
Dude, I wanted to send a text.
Ooh.
I saw that earlier this week. I wanted to send you a text just to kind of meme, but I'm like, there's been a million things.
I know. Yeah, there really is. It's
I saw that. I was
it's
like,
definitely the ones we
so
call
funny.
right are the ones that stick out to us. But I think we can all go back and just see how many we've gotten wrong so far too.
Yeah, we don't.
No, I'm sorry. I'm
All
the
right,
prophet.
come
I
on
refute
now.
anything I just said. All right, Texans versus Jaguars. 37-17. Texans beat the hell out of the
Yeah,
Cats.
what was that
They were
about,
meowing.
guys?
They were
What's that
meowing.
about?
surrender.
Look, I think
I don't.
I think I've been high on the Jaguars to begin the season. I think I pretended too long. Like I had a bias where like I wanted to see
Yeah,
what I was saying, you know.
Yeah.
So I like justified. I'm like, okay, they beat the Colts. Like they stuck around with the Chiefs.
right.
Then we see this game. Now I'm forced to reevaluate. I'm like, you know what? I don't think the Jaguars are very good.
Yeah, I don't know.
And now-
I don't know if I jumped that far. I still think the Jags are like very close to flipping both those games they lost. Because I mean, they've been inches away from having extra touchdowns that they just haven't gotten. But you also got to give credit to the Texans, and I know Prophet J typed in here, who called the Texans not being bad.
He did.
Yeah, I'll shout you
maybe.
out a little
You'll see
bit,
more of that
but
later.
you know, I
You
think
You'll see
also-
more of that later.
what'd you.
You also said last week that the Jags were maybe around 15 in your power rankings.
Hey,
So
oh wow, you're gonna hype me up a little bit,
Yeah, you
and
did say that.
I'll
Did
give
they
you
drop?
props for that.
and
Are they-
I had Stroud
dropping?
as one of my top 3 rookies, which I think is very, very
Yeah,
much
he looked-
still.
he looked
Take
great
right
this
now.
game.
Yeah,
That's a really good
so,
take. Yeah, that's a really.
I
good
just
take.
think Texans are looking kind of fierce. That wide receiving core looks kind of crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's good. It's looking
I mean,
like it could
Stroud
be a top
is.
10.
What was one of the
Crazy,
records? It
right?
was like he's dropped back for passes like second most in the league right now.
Yeah, he's a slinger,
Yeah,
dude.
he's looking good.
Yeah, I mean that
Yeah.
defense is looking great. I mean, I haven't really, it's kind of funny. I want to think that Will Anderson's the one that's doing a lot of the work. But I haven't
Yeah,
really heard his
you're
name
right.
much
I haven't
come up
either.
this- So I don't know if it is. I actually don't know who's putting in all the work on the defensive
Right.
side, but yeah, man, they're kind of a sneaky division winner. It's looking like they
That'd be-
are looking
that'd be
pretty
kinda
solid.
great.
Like
Yeah, I
a
like
dark
him.
horse.
We- I just wanted to give a shout out to their fullback Andrew Beck.
Oh, dude,
who had
yeah.
the 85-yard touchdown return.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, it was
really?
kind of
That's not
funny
something to
because
see on.
I think was it Bourne who was behind him or something. Was supposed to get that, and then he like bumped into
Yeah.
him, and then the ball was on the
They kinda
ground. Yeah, the
bobbled
ball was
it.
on the ground. Then this guy's just like, oh shit, I gotta get going, and you just see this big ass dude running down the sideline. He like high stepped another defender. It was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah.
He's like, you got the job now. You are.
Well,
the
I'm sure he got back to
returner."
the sidelines, and the coaches were like, never try to grab a ball again.
Yeah, I think he's gonna going to retire. He's going to end his career with
Right.
a 85-yard average on kick returns.
Jesus.
He's returned
That's
every one of them
genius.
for a touchdown. So.
Yeah.
Will be instantly into the Hall of Fame. They won't even give the waiting
That's right.
period to him. Ridley's looked pretty bad
Well,
last two games.
I was looking at the stat or the kind of the stat line. The targets are there. He has it just has him to catching the ball.
And he looks electric when he actually
does.
is able to catch it.
So
He looks great after the
I don't
catch.
know if Trevor's just kind of not putting the ball where it's supposed to. He's supposed to be one of the more accurate passers. So I don't know.
It's not looking like it. KDawg, I mean, you got him top 3, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a case for your
I have
boy?
nothing to say about that one. I mean, I don't even know if he
not
merits being
defending
in the
him.
top 10 right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I think we
This
all
is
had him
not
top
pretty.
10, so we can't be.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
I did.
It's
I
like
had him at like 5.
they seem like the obvious team to take the next step this season, but we're just not seeing that. And at this point, they got.
I mean,
I'm kind of down on them right
It's
now.
just
Yeah, I had Doug
yeah,
Peterson
it's
as my
it's
coach
just
of the
so
year,
early though.
yikes.
You can't really count most
Yeah,
of these teams
it's only week
out,
3.
so I can still see them kind of flipping.
They got a
around.
weird game coming up though with playing the Falcons in London.
That is weird.
Like that's
Yeah.
really gotta mess up your body. Like especially this early in the season, I feel like it's pretty early doing that. But we'll see. We'll see who got who
Yeah.
in that game. All right, Titans Browns.
Man,
Woo, I was
yeah,
I
I
was
feel like I
wrong
could
on this
stunt
one.
on you guys.
Browns dominate
Yeah.
27-3.
I mean, I think I
and
recall.
just, offensive.
I
defensive
recall
shocking.
someone calling
Go
for the
ahead.
death of the Browns. Do you remember that?
Is this?
KDawg, do you remember? Was it you who said that?
I don't recall.
It must have been
Oh,
C-Dubs. It
man.
was probably C-Dubs. who said that.
I don't know. I think I called the recipe
Okay.
for this game, and I ate that meal and it tasted just as good as I thought it would. That's all I'll say.
All right. Well, here I'm still gonna tell you why the Browns are dead.
Go ahead.
The Browns are dead, which is actually never mind. The Browns are dead because one, I swear to God, the Titans have like the worst passing defense.
They
in the
do.
league.
They do.
They're hot trash.
They do.
They're hot trash. They're
Yeah.
so bad. I could put up 300 yards against those guys.
Maybe.
2, they have an amazing run defense. And what's the strongest offensive weapon for the Browns? Really, the run
Amari
offense.
Cooper or
I mean, he ate because they suck. And so, Deshaun, what we saw is, in my opinion, his ceiling. I'm putting that on
Yeah.
record here. That is his ceiling.
I mean,
this season.
He kind of shut us up because we were going on about his awful completion percentage, and then he goes.
That's right.
Yeah.
He goes 27 to 33.
He went
you
80
tag him too?
plus %.
Did you tag him on Instagram too, Coop?
Well, I didn't have a meme for him this week.
I know, but did you just throw him in a random one?
Uh,
Like our top 10?
Nope.
He must have been
None
listening. I
of
don't
us
know. I
have-
mean, the pod's been getting
He
around.
listens to the pod. Deshaun Watson, if you're listening, you're not allowed to listen. I'm sorry. But we don't want you listening.
Hey, you can listen,
anyways,
man.
I still don't have high hopes for the Browns.
I kind of do. You want to know why I do?
Because they have an amazing defense.
Yes,
And they do.
Their defense is legit. I think this, like I was saying last week, this game was like a, hey, Deshaun, go out there, kind of work on your throwing, get back to what you could have been as a thrower. And, he completes 80% of his passes. That's pretty damn good on any defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So,
I agree.
I
mean,
think
like, he
going
played well.
forward, I think that was just kind of a get-right game.
Yeah. And did you guys see that play where Amari Cooper just got absolutely robbed?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I
That
heard
pissed
about it,
me
but I
off.
haven't seen the clip. I want to
Yeah.
go back and watch it.
Uh,
K-Dawg's feeling angry today. A
It
lot of
was
things
bad.
pissing him off.
Well, that was in fantasy. This really intense matchup I had in fantasy, and I saw that play. I'm like, God damn it! But he
Did
did.
you-
he did get a touchdown later.
He did.
and I
Did you-
won Anyway,
Oh, you did
it's
win?
all good.
Okay.
We're all good.
Yeah,
We're all good.
yeah.
All right, we're all good. He made up for it. K-Dawg's happy.
On the
Right.
flip side, though, on the other side of the ball, we just got to mention Tannehill just had another gross game.
Man, what a stinker.
Dude,
Dude, I got the guy in Dynasty.
Ew.
You know what I'm doing in
He's so
Dynasty
bad.
now? I'm
Are
starting
you selling?
other player, like not even a quarterback over him. I'm starting a tight end this week over him. That's how bad he is.
This isn't a super flex league, Schmokers.
Yeah.
That means 2 quarterbacks.
Dear God.
And
Who's your tight end?
quarterbacks should.
I'm starting
should always
Luke
start.
Musgrave over him.
Actually, he'll definitely get you more points.
He will, I know.
I should maybe do that with Desmond Ritter, honestly.
You should. I mean, I'm pretty sure Ritter and Tannehill almost put up the same number of points.
Also, I've put a whooping on you.
Yeah, I know. I don't really pay attention to Dynasty right now. You
all
want to know why?
right,
You want to know why?
Who's
Smokers,
selling?
if you're playing Dynasty, losing can still be considered winning. So, I'm not too worried.
You're playing
That's what
the
Copers
long
say.
game. Huh?
That's right. That's
Jared, Coop goes in the preseason. I'm winning this whole thing. I'm playing to win.
I thought I'd be hot. I thought I'd be hot.
It's a rebuild.
It is. It might have to be. So,
Unexpected rebuild year.
yeah.
All right. Next game, Colts versus Ravens. The overtime upset, baby.
Yep.
Who else said? I remember saying the Texans and
Oh, wow. Look at you.
Colts.
Yeah.
Prophet J.
We're not gonna be
Prophet
that
J.
Prophet J coming in,
Woo.
striking while it's hot.
Yep.
I didn't call the Colts to win this game, though. So that
I
was
know.
kind of
So
fine.
both, you give yourself some credit on,
I said not that bad.
But
not that bad.
yes, but
Which right now they're not that bad.
you didn't choose any of those to be upsets, which is the funny thing. So I don't know if you can really give
That's
yourself credit.
I think
Right.
he deserves a little bit of credit.
It
A
was
smidge.
It was a 20. Sure. It was a 22-19 win.
Yeah.
Colts over the Ravens. No Richardson, which was kind of an interesting storyline for
Right.
this one. Out with a concussion. Our boy from the Northwest, Gardner Minshew, stepping in,
Yeah. He
semi-slinging
did
it.
fine.
But really, I mean, it was Zach Moss
Yeah.
who was kind of balling out once
I
again.
know.
People been sleeping
And
on
I
him,
just-
and he's doing and looking
I
good.
think it's just
Jonathan Taylor,
Yeah,
who?
it's telling the front office, hey, we don't need Jonathan Taylor, which I think they do not need Jonathan Taylor. I mean, Zach Moss is looking great. What are they going to do with him? I mean, they're not paying him much at all. Why not just run with him? You know?
Yeah. And once you get back Anthony Richardson, like honestly, Gardner Minshew's not. I think KDawg
Yeah.
sent a message about this
No,
earlier
I
in our
agree.
chat where you were saying Minshew doesn't
Yeah,
deserve to be a backup.
it's
Like,
ridiculous.
he's better
I,
than some
I don't
Right.
understand it. I mean, we've seen this time and time again. When he was in Philadelphia last year, he stepped in. When he was in Jacksonville, I think
was
he
in
was the
Jacksonville,
starter in
yeah.
Jacksonville for a while.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to
And
me.
he played well.
Yeah,
He
it's
played
just
well.
crazy to me. You look around the league. I hate to hype up a Wazoo guy like him, but he deserves to
He
start
deserves it, man.
at least
mean,
over five
Yeah,
starts.
I mean, imagine
if not more.
imagine him right now on the Jets or something. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
pretty
The
decent.
Bears, the Falcons.
Yeah. Oh, dude, on the Falcons, that'd be kind of nutty.
Dude, he'd be carving
Actually.
people up.
Wow.
I could see.
I mean,
Gardner
Titans,
Minshew kind of
Florida
rocking that
Tannehill.
almost
Yeah.
close to crimson-y like color.
It's
Yeah.
I think you would I don't know what kind of contract he's on with the Colts, but obviously he's not going to become the starter there with Richardson. So I hopefully he moves on and becomes the starter somewhere.
It does seem kind of weird, though, that he's been a backup on so many different teams.
Yeah.
Like, what are we not seeing as
Right.
fans that coaches are seeing?
I know.
You know? Because clearly there's something.
Yeah. I think it
Yeah,
might be the
I mean,
arm
he's kind of
talent.
undersized. He's kind of undersized. He has
Yeah.
probably a lower ceiling than other guys, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
But hey, I mean, knocking off the Ravens, that's no easy feat.
Yeah.
I think we all had the Ravens in our top 10 this
Some
week
Yeah.
still might.
at some point. Coop, I think, had them at the highest.
That's
Well,
right.
we gotta give a shout out to the Colts kicker Matt Gay. He set an NFL record
Well-
with 4 50-plus yard field goals in one game.
Did
You
he?
know,
I didn't hear that. Wow.
Yeah, kind of a storyline in that game is, you think Justin Tucker, who's been so solid, right? He had a chance to win the game, couldn't do it.
You missed, right? It was
Right.
like a 50-plus.
Yeah.
It was like
so-
I think it was a 62-yarder, wasn't it? It was. Or
I mean, it's
60-yarder?
it's not like he's never hit something like that.
Right.
You
I mean,
know-
isn't that crazy that we see him line up for a 62-yard field goal and we're like, yeah, he's probably gonna hit this.
That's true.
And he came up.
I mean,
Came
this
up
was a
just
show.
Just
He
short.
came
So
up-
I mean,
yeah.
the Ravens, they're 5 yards away from being 3-0 right now. So
I feel like we've talked about the Jaguars and the Ravens kind of in a similar,
yeah,
in a similar way. And it definitely feels like when we're kind of looking at these teams with rookie QBs, Colts and Texans, the Texans win said a lot more about the Jaguars than I think the opposite of what the Colts said about the Ravens, right? It was a close game.
yeah, I would say the
But-
same there. Yeah.
Like, we could easily
Yeah.
say, I think now, that the Ravens are better than the Jaguars.
I
Yeah.
mean, I've been saying that for years, I think. So
For years, you've been saying that.
Yeah.
As long as we've
Really?
been doing the pod.
Even when they didn't have Lamar? You been saying that?
When they
Or when,
Flacco when he won them a Super
when
Bowl.
Snoop
Yeah,
when
actually.
Snoop came in last season, Snoop Huntley.
Alright.
I think that was his name. Was it
Yeah,
Snoop?
I mean it was.
Can't remember.
I can't
It
remember
wasn't
his
Snoop Huntley,
first
was
name.
it? I can't
Something
remember.
Huntley.
Yes, I just remember Snoop. Okay. Anyway, um, yeah. Do you guys have any like big takeaways from the Ravens on this side? Do you think they're kind of
Okay, so
frauds? Or do you
no.
think
I mean, I
bounce
think
back?
I'm the biggest Ravens stan. I mean, I'll talk about him later. I just think that offense just isn't clicking yet. You know, Monken comes in. He wants to run something totally different than they've been doing. Andrews was a non-factor this game, and I feel like whenever he's a non-factor, they tend to lose. So if you can't get him involved, then what are you doing? You know, maybe he's injured still, just trying to get back to 100%. And that defense has been pretty depleted for a while now, and I think that kind of caught up to him this game, and they just weren't able to close it out. So I think,
Yeah, their run offense, which is their bread and butter, hasn't
yeah,
been
and I think
stellar.
that they're just going to get better as the season progresses. So
And it's supposed to transition more into a passing offense, anyways, right?
it was supposed to.
Isn't that
Yeah,
the whole Munkin thing? That's what his
that's
deal
right.
is.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. All right. Well, yeah, we'll see. I mean, the Colts though, man,
They do look good.
even with the backup QB. Like
Yeah,
defense is
I'm
pretty
excited.
solid. Like offense, they've got some.
Yeah, I'm
dudes.
excited to see
Between
if
Moss, the wide receiver core is
if
better
Richardson
than I think
can come back
we thought it was. Yeah.
and stay healthy.
Yeah,
I'm
and it's a
excited to
big
see
upgrade if he
how
does.
the Colts team can finish. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, that division is wide open. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. Honestly, a lot of good rookie storylines this year. All right, KDawg, we have to do it.
Uh-oh.
I'm not doing this forcefully.
Do you want to
I'm just
press the
saying,
red buzzer and skip this game?
Oh god.
You're lucky we don't have.
I
the
think I'm
soundboard.
having some connection issues, guys. I might have to skip this one.
You're going through a tunnel?
All right, Cowboys Cardinals. KDawg, tell the people what happened. Tell them what happened.
Just
I want you to. You have to do it.
just an awful, awful game. What was the final score? I think so. The Cowboys, they were favored by 12.5. They ended up losing by 12, 28-16. It was the Cowboys in relation to the spread. It was the Cowboys' worst upset since 2006.
Jeez.
Oh no, he's got the stats.
Just ugly. Just an ugly.
This one's hitting.
As you guys know, I had recorded this game. I was watching a little bit delayed. So, like, I accidentally saw the score. I saw they were up 9, or the Cardinals were up 9-0.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
knew that going in. I was like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. There's a lot of time left. We saw Daniel Jones lead 4 straight touchdown drives against them. I was like,
Yeah.
we're all good.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys, truthfully, were just never in this game,
No.
which is crazy to say. I mean, I'm not going to make any excuses for them. Like, it was just a terrible game. I mean, the defense looked awful. They allowed over 200 yards rushing, which was kind of their Achilles heel last year. We thought they corrected it the first couple of games. They didn't give up really anything to Saquon or Brees Hall.
Mm-hmm.
This is just awful. Once again, the red zone, or their offense in the red zone was terrible. They went 1 for 5 in terms of scoring touchdowns with 2 turnovers.
Yeah.
They were bad last week against the Jets as well in the red zone. Yeah, just an ugly game. The Cowboys, I didn't mention this in the last podcast because I honestly didn't think it mattered, but the Cowboys in their last 8 games were 1-7 against the Cardinals.
Jeez.
Now,
No way.
yeah, they always struggle with them.
Yeah.
I didn't think it mattered this time. But now, of course, they dropped to 1-8. But
Man.
yeah, it's just I've lost. It's crazy how fast things change in the NFL. You know, we go from thinking the Cowboys are one of the best teams in the league to now they're just the same old. And they got a tough next couple of games, which we'll talk about later. But they kind of, I'm definitely down on them now. I mean, there's just no excuse to be made.
Right.
I will say
What's
I have one more thing to say. I think it's time, and again, this is not an excuse. This is not to make the Cowboys sound better. But I think it's time to give the Cardinals a little bit of respect.
Sure.
I think everyone's been going around saying that they're automatically like the worst team in the league. I mean, look at what they've done so far. I mean, obviously they beat the Cowboys handily, what many people thought was the best team in the league. But they also nearly beat the Giants. They put up a big lead on them. They nearly beat the Commanders week 1. I think it's time to stop saying they're the worst team in the league. I think,
yeah, we got other ones.
I think,
we got other ones.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think even in general, like, I feel like there's not a lot of, like, bottom dwellers in the league this year.
Yeah.
Like, we talk about the Colts and Texans. I mean, really, the worst ones I can think of are maybe the Bears,
Right.
Panthers. But
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of just teams in the middle, and I think the Cardinals are definitely like overachieving
It'd be
to what we thought.
it'd be kind of fun. It's kind of a side note, but to do like a bottom five team list as well.
Yeah,
It'd be kind of interesting.
The battle
Yeah,
of the
but
that would be
I'll
interesting.
jump in here. I got a few notes on this game. So, do you guys know what September 22nd was?
Last day of summer.
Last day of summer. Have you ever heard the song "The Boys of Summer" or "Boys of Summer"?
Yeah,
So I'm thinking we got a little narrative going. We had the Boys of Summer playing, and they're gone now. I
well,
mean,
shit.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
I'm seeing a little downhill trend going on here with your Cowboys. I mean, Trevon Diggs, we didn't talk about that with you. Do you think
Yeah,
that
I heard you
played
guys.
any part?
I mean, I heard you guys talk about it on Thursday.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, that is a big
That's a
loss.
huge
It really
loss.
makes me sad because he's one of my favorite players on the team.
Right.
Um, it's sad, but no, I mean, if he plays this game,
Yeah.
it's the same result.
You think so?
I mean, the Cowboys did have a lot of injuries this game. They were missing 3 starters on
Yeah.
their offensive line.
I think
Uh,
an interesting thing I saw was, I don't know if a lot of teams do this, but with how they treated Parsons, they actually had a tight end in the backfield to take him on instead of I guess, small
Yeah.
running back, which
yeah,
is actually kind of genius. So I don't know if that's just kind of their kind of the kryptonite to dealing with someone like Parsons. I know they did this with Myles Garrett last year, I think too, or something.
How
Yeah,
creative.
but
Yeah, I wouldn't
but
have thought to
Cardinals,
do that.
yeah, like you were saying, they just don't actually look that bad. And if Kyler Murray comes back this year, I don't know what the timeline is. I think it's kind of middle of the season. But if they're doing well and he comes back, that's kind of a nice little team they got going. So
And then they trade Josh Dobbs. They trade him to the
the Jets, yeah.
Trade Dobbs. To
I
the
mean,
Jets,
anything's
maybe.
better than Wilson, but
I have one thing to
Yeah,
say about this
sure.
game, and this is why I think the New York Giants are top 5. Because you see, the Cardinals beat the Cowboys,
yeah,
who I had as my number
Right.
1 team, and guess who beat the Cardinals? The Giants.
and the Commanders.
That's right, folks. So I think that puts the Giants in the top 5 because by transitive property, they've also beat the
man.
Cowboys.
Isn't that crazy how the NFL works?
So
Everyone's basically in the top
it
5.
is. I literally have 30 teams in my top 5. It's crazy how that works, right? Let's move on to something
A
that
little more fun to talk about, I think.
hits home
Yeah.
to Coop and I, and that's the
Seahawks.
Seahawks. After a big
Yep.
win against Andy Dalton
Yep.
and the Panthers, which was a little scary for
It
a little bit
was.
of the game.
It
Not gonna
was.
lie. The first half was a little
Right.
dicey.
I mean, that it
Little
wouldn't be a
dicey.
Seahawks game without it being a little dicey, right?
Yeah, all Seattle sports
I
teams
know.
like to do that to us. They really like to play it up until the end. It was a 37-27 win, Seahawks over the Panthers. This is a storyline because Bryce Young was out. Honestly, I think he probably wouldn't have played better than Andy Dalton did because Andy Dalton had a
He
freaking great
did.
day against this Seahawks defense, which continues to let up a lot of points and makes me
It makes
not really
you
have a lot of
happy to
faith in
start
them
any of your
moving-
fantasy
moving
options
it.
against them.
Yeah. So it's a fun fantasy game. But I mean, I think the one highlight I was consistently seeing on defense was Devin
That's right.
Witherspoon.
Defense.
Defensive
rookie of the year.
Defensive
That's
rookie of the
right.
year. He was looking awesome out there. A lot of I think he was targeted 13 times. One catch.
I think something like that.
It's
2
pretty great
reception. I
numbers.
think it's
Something
a
like that.
46 quarterback passing ranking
Yeah.
or whatever they
Yeah,
use,
so that's
QBR.
awesome. It's good to see him play.
Which is kind of crazy because we don't even
Exciting to
have
get Adams
Roman in
back, too.
yet, or he took that game off, and we don't have Adams. So, I think that
Yeah. And there's another CB that we had out,
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant.
yeah,
He's also out. So we need to get our defense back.
Right.
On the other side of the ball,
Oh,
K9
man.
and Charbonnet.
The
We were running all over
offensive
them.
line just continues to impress.
Yeah, and even though we
Yeah,
even had
which
some
is
injuries during the game.
right.
as well,
I know.
too,
Like
on
people
the
are just
O-line.
stepping up, playing their asses off in there. So I mean, it's always tough to come in and play in the trenches. Like the trenches are the worst position to play in because you're unnoticed unless you get a penalty, like the Carolina Panthers were doing all night because of the
8
12s.
false starts, baby. 8 false
Is
starts.
that right?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had 8 false
Yeah.
starts. Wow.
Yeah. The
Yeah, it was
12s
awesome.
played a
That was
huge
so
factor
loud.
that game.
Pete Carroll even
Yep.
came out. Yeah, Pete Carroll even was like, yeah, he was like, the
Right.
crowd was crazy.
I don't know if you,
Wow.
because I know KDawg doesn't watch the Hawks, but Prophet Jay, I don't know if you saw like how many different tight ends we had. I mean, this is like the only offense I've ever seen that has like 3 tight ends that get the ball consistently.
Yeah, we have. Well, Disley didn't play.
Parkinson,
but we had was it Parkinson?
had a couple.
Fant. Yeah, no Fant. And there was
some
one
other
dude.
dude.
Yeah.
And,
we had
Disley, you know. So like, what a weird little offense we got going on. But I mean, it seems to be working. I think they look good. It's just the defense that needs to tighten up a bit. And I don't know. This might look like a top 10 team. You know, higher in the rankings there. Some may say.
Yeah, I think I need to. If we want to get him higher in our top tens, we need Gino to play a little better. I feel like he's been a little kind of hit or miss, more so. I don't think he's been playing at the caliber he
Not
was
yet.
last season.
I don't think they're.
So
Yeah.
his accuracy isn't as.
I don't
isn't
think they're
nearly
getting
as good.
JSN as involved as they need to kind of get that offense going a bit more.
Yeah, he seems really quiet. He does seem quiet.
But other than that, I don't have much.
DK though. DK.
Yeah, I mean,
6 for 8, or 8 for 6,
8
and
for
112.
6.
6 and 8 for 8 targets for 6 receptions, 112.
He needs more tutties,
People
man.
got it.
I got him on one of my fantasy teams. It's like you were calling top
He's a
5
good
wide
man.
receiver, you know, and we thought that
He's
those
in the
tight
realm.
ends,
It's
we
still
thought
a
those
possibility.
touchdowns would come, and through 3 games, I believe he only has 1. So
Yeah, they need to come.
yeah.
We need some tidies.
Still early. Still early.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So great day for the Hawks overall.
yeah, my couple notes on this game, I didn't catch it, but looking at the stats, I mean, Seahawks offense is rolling again, another 30-plus
Right.
point game. If I were you guys, I would be obviously concerned about that defense.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton, 300-plus yards. I wanted to give a shout
mean,
Kid
to
Hawk's like, that's embarrassing.
I wanted to give a shout out to a vintage Adam Thielen performance.
Right.
of
True. Yeah. He's looking
Yeah.
spry out there.
He looks good this season.
Yeah,
so far.
I was pretty surprised to see.
Well,
that.
as long as Andy Dalton's throwing to him, I think he's gonna do pretty well this season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Dalton can sling it.
Like we'll see what Bryce Young is in his career, but like we're joking about Andy Dalton being better. He is.
He is.
You know, at this point,
I mean,
they are better.
I was kind of sussed about how Bryce Young went 1 overall. I really like Stroud coming in, and I don't know, Bryce Young. It's kind of crazy that he went number 1 to me.
That's kind of looking like it should have been Stroud
Yeah.
or Richardson, to be honest.
Right,
Depending on how Richardson
right.
does when he gets back. It could go
Or
either
maybe
way.
even Levis
Yeah.
over
It could go either
Young,
way.
you know.
Or maybe Hendon Hooker.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Seahawks got Giants next week, Monday
That's
Night
right,
Football.
we'll talk
so
about
that'll be a
that.
fun game. Giants favored to win right now. by the way.
Are they really?
Really?
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm taking
not
that money line for the
It
Hawks.
must be in New York.
Calling up the bookie. All right, let's go to Monday Night Football.
Yow.
Eagles Bucks, the one that you guys. Let's hear you guys.
Yeah,
I wanna hear it.
KDawg, you
guys
wanna
called the Bucks over the Eagles. It
take
was
it
pretty
first?
decisive.
I can go.
Pretty decisive
I
for
can
the
go
Eagles.
first. I can
Eagles
go
look good.
First. Me and Coop, we had all the math right. We double checked all the numbers. We looked at all the facts and figures, and
You forgot one thing.
We forgot the Bucks and Baker Mayfield. They just aren't very good, guys.
Baker
Sorry,
Mayfield is a variable. He changes. You can't.
Yeah,
you can't
I mean,
count
the Bucks just didn't live up to what we thought they would be.
Yeah.
In hindsight, of course, it looks stupid to think that they would be what we
Well,
thought. Not that I regret
no,
that choice.
I think.
But,
Go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. Oh, I was just go ahead.
Well, I watched the first half, couldn't catch the second half, and then I came back, watched the whole game highlights, and the Bucks, and they were in that game going into halftime. I think they were only down 10-3. They were one Mike Evans catch in the first half from being up 7-0. It just kind of got out of hand on them. There was a few costly turnovers. I know Baker had a kind of costly pick, and then Rashad White had a fumble. And then that Tampa run D that I thought, was going to be able to do something pretty good. I mean, they're supposed to be the second ranked run D in the league. Looking back, Vita Vea wasn't playing that whole game. I think if he was actually playing, that would have been kind of an X
He's a game
factor.
changer.
I don't think Swift would be running as much on that D. And yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't think it was necessarily. I just think this Eagles O line is insane.
Yeah.
I have a hot take here. I think that the Eagles' running offense right now is looking a lot stronger than their passing offense. To be honest, even with Brown and Smith,
it's borderline.
Swift is looking. Yeah, Swift. Did you see the holes that Swift was getting? I remember watching one highlight where he got a 30-yard run, and it looked like Moses had parted the Dead Sea or the Red Sea. I can't remember, because it was just right up the middle. Yeah. There was nothing stopping him.
Yeah,
and then he's a great athlete, so he could shimmy and shake all over the defenders and
I'm
take that home.
gonna have a little rant on this little next part. I'm kind of sick and tired of these diva wide receivers throwing little bitch fits about not getting the ball. Because you want to know who I have on one of my fantasy teams? Devonta Smith. And you know who's bitching that he's not getting the ball? AJ Brown. It's just like, guess who got the ball
this game?
So the next
AJ
time,
Brown.
I'm telling any defense that's going against a diva wide receiver who comes out and complains, blanket his ass all game, because he is going to be targeted so much.
I'm glad you brought up AJ Brown, because I just wanted to say he is clearly a god, not a fraud.
I don't think anybody called him a fraud.
Oh, you were kind of suggesting. Prophet Jake fraud. Coop, you were
I was borderline
fraud.
because I think Devonta Smith is a better wide receiver. And you know what? Devonta Smith's not going to complain ever, because he's just that type of dude. The lunch pill type of man who goes in, gets his job done.
He knows him. He's his best friends on
Look,
Facebook.
Well, I lost by 8 points because of that. That's all I'm saying.
I'm cool with the wide receivers bitching.
No.
It's a selfish reason.
If
It's not justified. He needs to shut up and do his job. He's going to get the ball.
Yeah.
I'm going to fight you, AJ Brown. Come at me.
He'd kick your ass. He'd kick your ass.
I just want to say the Eagles are like just as average in this game. Number one rush offense.
No, you could see
yards. Number one rush defense.
Yep.
They gave up 40 yards.
Yep.
Yeah, they look
like it's ridiculous. I mean, that's just like if they keep doing that game after game, that's a really, really hard team to beat. Like I'm afraid for
I know.
the Cowboys matchups with them. That's all.
Side note: AJ Brown, you're a good ass player. Just come on, dude. Stop complaining.
I mean, there's a lot of we got to get all the wide receivers on.
I know.
Like
well,
DK, he's one of them, and it pisses me off. Well, he's a D.
He just does stupid shit.
He gets personal fouls. Yeah. Well, DK, stop that. But we love you. All right, Rams Bengals.
Man.
So this was another stanky game. KDawg got this one right.
He did.
Congrats. Coop and me were drinking the Rams Kool-Aid a little bit,
and it was tasty.
Although I think all of us had them in the top 10.
Yeah, it was tasty.
We're all in the top 10 for all of us. So, I think it kind of looks like Puka was a non-factor this game.
He got silenced a bit, yeah.
And the Rams O-line, where did they go?
I know, man.
They went on vacation to Europe.
What was it like?
Because they were not
7 sacks or something like
that.
Yeah. Stafford was getting absolutely obliterated.
I think
the Rams O line, they just took a break. They said we don't want to win it.
I don't know. So these two teams are tough because I think KDawg he had Bengals at 10. We all had Rams top 10. But their offense didn't look great. I think it was tied 6-6 going into half.
Both offenses were bad.
The defenses, were the ones that were showing out. Bengals defense, which surprised me. I don't know how good they've looked the last 2 games, but they looked pretty dang good. I don't think these two teams
just be a bad Rams offense.
Yeah, I don't think the Rams offense is bad though. That's the thing. I think these two.
Their O-line was hot trash.
Fair enough. But I don't think these two teams, for their record, 1-2, these don't feel like 1-2 teams to me.
They're better.
I just think these were two teams that we might
bigger.
see later on the season being 8-4, looking pretty good. Like that just met early on. They just had a tough game against each other. It came down to, I mean, the Rams only lost by a field goal. It was 19-16.
Yeah.
So this was just
Rams have played a lot of good teams so
this
far
was just
too.
a good,
They've played
good game.
Hawks, Niners, and Bengals. Like those are all teams you think would be decent, right?
Right.
So 1 and 2 out of that isn't actually that
Right,
bad.
and the one win they got was smoking the Hawks. So
Yeah.
they're still a pretty good team to me.
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys said. That these two teams we look at in a couple months, I think they're both going to be in the thick of the playoff race.
Yeah.
Bengals got a win. They desperately. It wasn't pretty, but the Bengals got a win they desperately needed.
I don't. The one thing I'm nervous about with the Bengals is I don't buy that Joe Burrow is healthy much at all.
No,
I don't buy it.
Yeah.
Like he came out and said basically, I needed to risk potential injury just so we went 1 and 2,
which
0 and 3. That's not a good statement.
Right, and I think it's a narrative you're gonna have to watch. Like KDawg was like, "There's no way, these Bengals are gonna go 0-3." Like, I just feel like when you see a good team that has been doing kind of booty, like there's no way that team's gonna go out the next week and do booty again. To me, so it's very much a statement type of game where they needed that win. I mean, Rams already had a win. Bengals really needed that win, especially in the AFC North. It's such a tough division. So
it just makes sense for the script. The script.
I mean, you do the script every time you look at it. You got to go back to it.
It's starting to make more and more sense.
So
it's crazy. This NFL, man, they really know. They got some good writers. I thought the writers were on strike, but no, they're all working at the NFL. All the good ones are. All right, let's quickly blast through some of these. Packers Saints. Packers came back, 18-17 win, comeback victory. They were down 17-0 at half. Jordan Love looking pretty solid. He's kind of looking like their guy. We've been talking about that.
They scored all 18 in the fourth too.
Isn't that wild? I mean, his completion percentage was still around 50%, right? So isn't that? I mean, like I feel like half of his throws are just touchdowns or something. It's wild. But he's only the team around him is only gonna get better with Jones and Watson coming back. But I mean, what happened? Carr went down and Saints just couldn't put up anything else. It's almost like Carr was playing defense. They couldn't even stop the offense on the other side. So it's like, what's going on?
Looking at most of these stat lines from the Packers, as you were just saying, they look pretty stinky. I mean, let's not take any credit away from the Saints defense. They're
Saints
pretty solid.
good.
They're generally pretty good.
The Packers got something coming. I think the shoe's got to drop at some point on them.
You think they're just going to get blasted?
I think Jordan Love, that 50%'s got to catch up at some point, man. Like with the amount of touchdowns he's thrown on 50% of throws.
Curious if it gets any better once they got Watson back.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I mean, I hope so, but
yeah, let's hope. KDawg, you got anything on this one?
No, not too much to say. I echo what you guys said about Jordan Love. I mean, it's still a big win for the Packers, though. I mean, it's a big comeback. It's kind of a momentum builder. And we'll talk about it later, but they got an interesting matchup coming up in a couple of days against the Lions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, true that. Bills Commanders. Commanders got ass blasted. Bills defense looks legit against what I think is not a bad Commanders offense.
Oh, really? You had to say that.
You think?
You
think they're not?
I agree with you. I think the Commanders. I mean, obviously this is an ugly game.
You think
Sam Howell's?
What was it, like 9 sacks?
You think Sam Howell?
9 sacks, 4 interceptions.
You think Sam Howell throwing 4 interceptions isn't a bad offense?
It's by far his worst game of his career. His very short, young career, I would say. But I actually think Sam Howell. We've seen good things from him.
Yeah, but that was also, we have to consider now that he played the Broncos last weekend.
True. Yep, that's right.
And their defense looks like a bunch of frauds that we thought was good. We thought was decent.
His first start was last year, I think week 18 against the Cowboys. That was not a rested Cowboys. Like they wanted to win that game. The Commanders, they blew them out. Sam Howell had a great game.
It sounds like that's just a Cowboys problem.
Ever since then, I've kind of liked Sam Howell. I think he might be their best quarterback since Kirk Cousins.
Okay. You know what's You know what? I'm going to call it now. This is a poop promise. Yeah. Jacoby Brissett's going to be coming in this season at some point.
I disagree with you. I think Sam Howell is going to be there for a while.
I don't know,
I think
man.
I know this was a bad.
The boys get
I know this was a
the
bad
boys get burned, and now K-Dawg's just shaking.
He has
in
to
his
be good.
boots.
He has to be
Fearful.
good.
I'm telling you, guys, we'll
My boys-
revisit.
my
We'll
boys
revisit
couldn't
at
be
the end of
bad.
the year.
Well,
Yes, the Commanders will miss the playoffs. Yes.
What's the vicious cycle of the boys where
yeah.
it's like they play well, then they
Yes,
you guys start talking shit, and then and then you lose a game to some ass team, and then you're frauds.
Yeah.
Right.
So
let's not stray towards the boys more. We don't need to talk about it more. But yeah, I mean, so I think, I mean, Buffalo looked great. Again, they've blown out 2 teams in a row now. Maybe not the greatest teams, but I think the Commanders are a little better than people think. Bills look pretty dominant.
I agree.
You know,
I think that Jets defense is just actually that good, to where they're kind of, I mean, we're going to talk about them next, so we might as well just go into it. If you want.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. 15-10 Patriots.
Yeah,
Jets.
I think that Jets defense is the only thing that's going to keep them in games, and that's what happened in that Bills game, and they were just able to kind of squeak out a victory there. Yow! What are they going to do on offense, man?
They can't do anything. By the way, this is also the lowest, I think, over/under of the season. And it
Oh
hit the
my
under.
goodness!
Like,
I think did our boy C-Dubs call that one?
I think he did. I think he did.
I thought I called that.
Well,
Maybe both of you did.
Maybe, yeah. It's just
It's
I mean, on the
it's hard to
episode, I hear
say how good New England is. They're just kind of
I still just don't think they're
They've
good.
just been
man.
like within a
They're
touchdown
like-
on
Yeah,
every
it's
game.
really
They're
hard
like
so
the
far.
Jets, but a little bit better on offense.
The Patriots also almost beat Miami. Let's kind of keep
Yeah,
that in
I
mind
know.
here. Which is like
That's
kind of
true.
nutty. Like looking at
That's
what
true.
Miami's offense is now.
Yeah.
Like think about that. Like so is New England legit? I
Okay,
don't know.
dog. You
So
can't
I'd
say they're
like,
legit when they're like 1-2 and.
I mean, you'd say the Chargers
All right.
could be
all right.
legit.
Don't call me
1-2.
out like that.
Same with the Rams. Same with the Bengals.
Oh yeah, he kind of got you.
You got me there.
But hey, a flashback for KDawg in this one. Zeke getting 16 carries.
Yeah,
80 yards.
yeah,
Not bad.
I
That's actually really good.
I saw his stat line. Yeah, it looked kind of impressive. And he's getting a homecoming next week going to Dallas.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wouldn't that be something? Zeke's about to eat. He's about to.
Yeah,
feast.
I
He's about to
might
jump
switch
into
one of my
bed.
picks right
For
here.
sake.
I'm not gonna
I
say
didn't realize
anything
that.
about that game yet.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. I just typed it in,
Oh,
smokers.
boy. Oh, Cowboys fans would be so done. I want this. NFL,
All
please
right.
do it. All right.
Another
I don't think we have much
another
else to say
script.
about that.
Huh?
All right. Another script
Oh,
writing
God.
sequence here. The Bears, the Chicago
Yeah.
Bears, taking on Kansas City Chiefs and Taylor Swift.
Oh my
and
god,
Swifties
my ears are
around the
bleeding
world.
as soon as
Bears-
you mentioned this.
42 to what? 6?
Something like that.
I think they
man.
might have scored 10.
Fields squeaked in thank God he did, a touchdown to DJ Moore at the end there. Man, I was a DJ Moore fan and owner in fantasy
Yeah.
football. I am so angry that Justin Fields sucks.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Bears,
He's so bad.
Bears could have win this one in their wildest
No.
dreams. This was a rough
Yeah.
one. And that was a Taylor
Everyone was
Swift reference, by the way, for anyone.
Oh, that flew over my head.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been calling the Chiefs' defense has been pretty good. I mean, the Bears' offense looks abysmal. They look horrible. They look stanky. We could put some toddlers out there, and they could probably do better. Because toddlers can just hold on to a football too, because that's all Justin
Right.
Fields does.
I'm just gonna say
Yeah.
Get
I didn't.
Caleb Williams.
I didn't
that's
watch
what I'll
any
say.
of this game, to be honest, and I'm glad I didn't. I didn't want to see the Taylor Swift cam. I saw enough of her on
Oh,
the
my
NFL
girlfriend was
Instagram page.
all
Dear
over it.
God, unbearable. Go ahead. I think Prophet Jay had a little theory to tell us.
Yeah, so my girlfriend and I were talking about Taylor Swift and the Kelsey rumors, and the funny thing is, it's kind of still a rumor a
Yeah.
little bit because you didn't really see them.
They
touching
held
or anything,
hand
holding
coming
hands, like-
out after the game. You didn't see that?
I don't think they were they? I don't
pretty
think they were.
sure.
But her being with Kelsey's mom is definitely a little sus. But anyways, my theory is that this whole relationship is scripted. It's in the NFL script this year. They paid Taylor Swift
Ooh.
a bag to, quote unquote, be seen
Oh,
with
yeah?
Travis Kelce. Because who's the most like popular player in the league right now? It's Travis Kelce.
That's
It's
right.
the Kelce brothers. Everything you're seeing is Kelce.
Yeah.
All the commercials, the advertisements,
Right.
it's Kelce.
Right.
He's on like every one.
He
was
is,
in, like,
actually.
a Pfizer commercial.
Pfizer. He
He's in
was
all
in
of
the chunky
He's in the State Farm.
Campbell's. Oh my
He's
goodness.
in the chunky Campbells. He's in everything.
Man.
And so this is just for the NFL to get a whole
Right.
new demographic of the Swifties.
Yeah, dude. You know
Take
it's
on
kind of
and
crazy.
be part
It's kind
Uh,
of
of it
insane.
because
It's crazy
Travis
because
Kelce's jersey
go
jumped
ahead.
400%.
Wow.
Since he was seen.
Yeah,
with
I
Taylor
saw
Swift.
that too. I saw that too.
400.
Yikes. I think
So
Kelsey kind of put Taylor Swift on the map, though. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
don't say that, man. We're gonna have the Swifties.
Uh,
going.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my girlfriend, big Swiftie, she became a Chiefs fan essentially overnight. She
Oh,
was looking.
good
I saw her TikTok. All Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce stuff.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yes,
it's
same.
pretty insane. Like the effect, the
Oh, my
attention
gosh.
it gets. I just can't believe it.
Same.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this kind of makes football less enjoyable for me.
Why?
It's not a big-
Because, dude, I mean,
Just let
overreaction.
them have their fun.
Yes, but like when I'm seeing 10 of the last 15 NFL posts on their Instagram are all Taylor Swift clapping like a freaking moron. Like it's too much. It's for
Oh.
marketing. And if the Chiefs, I'm calling it here, if the Chiefs end up making the Super Bowl again, she's going to be making an appearance in the Super Bowl halftime. I know they said
No, they
I
already
know they
said
said
Usher's doing
Usher,
it.
but her ass is going to be on that stage at some
Yeah,
point.
I think I want to add quickly to my theory that the whole reason the NFL did like the self-aware script commercial
Yeah.
is to set up for this. This is to think like,
Yeah.
oh, they're calling themselves scripted, so they can't be scripted. But then they're doing reverse psychology and they actually are scripted, and this is all a ploy. I'm calling it.
I agree.
This
man.
is my theory.
I'm just not excited over the next 15 weeks to see this whole thing go down, because you know what, a lot of things could happen. They could continue dating the next 15 weeks. They could break up at some point during the next 15 weeks, and that'd be so much content. She's gonna be writing music about it. Jesus Christ, man, I'm done. I'm out.
But maybe that's a way to draw us in, because now all of us football nerds are gonna be like, "What'd you say about Travis
Yeah, now
Kelce?
I gotta listen to
What'd you say
Taylor
about our boy?"
Swift.
Two
God.
worlds have collided.
Why couldn't it have been like Dua Lipa? He started dating or something.
Oh, no.
He picks
she doesn't
the
have
most
to- she's
bland-looking person I've ever seen in my
She's
life.
no Taylor Swift. Okay, all right, enough. We're moving on. We don't, like I said, the Swifties are gonna all.
They're
Yeah.
not listening.
That's all-
They're gonna
Slander.
review
There's a lot
bomb.
of
They're gonna
slander
review
here.
bomb.
They
our
don't
podcast.
I'll have
listen
you
this
know,
far
too.
into our podcast.
Our listeners are 10% women.
Yes, but they don't listen this deep. They don't listen this deep. We're already at, let me check, an hour. They're not this far into our podcast.
All right. Last game. Steelers Raiders. Raiders bad. Steelers good. Not actually semi. Good.
I would say, yeah, Steelers
Okay.
pretty mid, but Raiders just pretty booty. I'm going to point out here, Calvin Austin got his first touchdown. And
Yeah, he looked good.
I called out, hey, he said over the month, how many is he going to get? I said 3. He's got 1. He's got 2 more games to get 3. So I'm looking forward to that.
There you go.
All right. And Devontae Adams. Whew.
Man, he just continues
he's good.
to Devontae Adams, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But Jimmy G,
mean-
dude, you gotta chill with those hospital balls, my man. Like, I want to see,
and those 3 interceptions.
yeah, I want to see Adams finish out this 5-year contract.
Yeah.
Come on.
Adams about to demand a trade.
I think he might. He's gonna end up going to, like, I don't even know, man. Where do you guys think he might end up going?
Send him to the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
I don't know. I think it's gonna
Interesting.
be a contender. I would think if he's gonna leave, like he doesn't want to go.
Maybe the Bills, bro. Ooh.
Yeah.
Also, Josh Jacobs hasn't been looking very good.
No,
in my
he's
opinion.
looking kind of
I
fat.
don't- They can't get
huh?
him going. I don't know if it's just him not practicing all offseason.
It's
but
gotta
He's a
be,
one
dude.
hit.
He doesn't look.
He's a one hit. I had him low on my running back rankings. You guys.
Yeah.
This is really
No,
it.
that's okay.
This is really it.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. Hey, if
Well-
you got him in fantasy, because if so,
I
I'll buy
do.
him.
Unfortunately,
I'll hit me up with some trades. I want.
Did
him.
he? I don't know.
Get him
Do you
to-
guys remember if he started out kind of slow last year?
I don't recall.
I don't
I don't
either.
think
So
he
I
started
mean,
like this.
Oh, I thought you were setting me up.
no, it's just something
Damn.
kind of look at. I don't remember, but
All
I
right.
can see him making a bounce
Okay.
back.
All right. Well, that's our week 3 recap, folks. Stick around. We're going on a break, but we'll be right back with our week 4 outlook and our winner picks.
And our spot the hot shot.
Spot the hot shot. All right. Welcome back, smokers. Sorry, that was loud.
Smoking.
Thanks for doing that, guys. All right. We're going to play a quick game. It's called Spot the Hot Shot.
Nice.
And basically how this works, just to let the people know, is I'm going to start listing off some statistics of a player. I'm not going to tell them the name of the player, but they have to guess based on the stats that I read them. These are typically all players that should be surprises. They're outperforming maybe what they've been doing, or what their expectations were.
Right. Am I allowed to
And
look this
then-
stuff up while you're saying it?
No, I would prefer not, but you can. And then there's one QB, one running back, and one wide receiver, and it'll be obvious which is which when I'm describing the numbers to you. And that's it. All right, here we go. Here's the first one. Are you ready?
Let's go.
This man
Let's get it.
has 16 touchdowns,
What?
2 interceptions, and 1,636 passing yards. Who am I describing?
16 through 3 games.
Through 4 games.
4. What do you mean 4 games?
4 games.
Because I'm talking about Michael Penix Jr., baby.
Oh my
Go
god,
Dogs.
bro.
Woo, woo.
All right.
I
love that. No, that was awesome.
I'm just joking.
Nice.
All right, for anyone that doesn't know, that's the UW's quarterback, and UW is hot right now. So
That's
just
right.
wanted to do a quick shout out.
Future
to the Huskies.
Heisman Trophy winner. Michael Penix.
Damn right, and
Nice.
future Seahawk balling out on the
Oh,
Cowboys
man.
in
I
a
don't know.
NFC Championship. All right. Here's the real one. Still a QB. We're staying in that realm. This man has 7 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 rushing touchdown. His team is 2-1, and I argue, and he is actually better than Mahomes right now in fantasy. Who am I talking
Is this-
about?
Baker Mayfield.
No,
My first one that came to mind was KDawg for me.
Oh.
it's not.
Hmm.
It's not.
Because I know he got a rushing touchdown last week. Let me think about this. And it's a surprise.
Kirk
It's a
Cousins.
surprise. Someone. It's not Kirk Cousins.
Is it surprising he only has 1 interception?
I would think so, based on some of the conversation we've had even today.
Is this Daniel Jones?
No, it's not Daniel Jones. I think he's ranked 8 or 10. I can't remember exactly in fantasy for QBs. Currently higher than Mahomes.
It's gonna be like Geno or something right now.
It's not Geno. I'll give you another hint. It's in the NFC North.
Is it
Wow.
Jordan Love?
The answer is Jordan Love.
Ah, nice.
8 touchdowns.
Having a
If-
great
if-
season
if you
so
gave me
far
that
in terms
50
of fantasy points
If you gave me that 50%
touchdowns.
completion percentage, I would have nailed it.
and yards. There you go, Smokers. Jordan Love. Keep an eye out on him like we've been talking about.
That is a
All
good
right.
start.
Next man. He's a running back. He has currently 266 rushing yards through 3 games, which is good for 4th most, if my math is correct. Is correct in the league. He's got a couple touchdowns. I can keep going if you don't have an idea quite.
You know, I literally just saw a graphic today with the top rushers. So
I'm gonna-
this, but I
Well, let me guess then. I'm gonna
Yeah, go
say James Conner.
KDawg, who are you gonna say?
I think that's a great guess. James Conner is it could be James Conner. I kind of think it is.
Well, what's you think for yourself? Is it,
Well, I was gonna say Tony.
don't just say
Pollard.
Coops.
I was gonna say Tony.
You're gonna say Tony
because
Pollard?
he's right there too, but it's not. It's James Conner. He's James.
It
Conner.
is James Conner.
The only
Yeah.
reason I got that is because he was. I hate that guy, and he probably would have been the last person I would guess. And I know that's
So
what this
he's
is about.
he's
so.
4th in the league in rushing right now.
That's crazy.
That is
In yards, I believe so.
Wow.
Yeah. He's looking. I mean, he had a great game
Yeah.
against
And,
the Boys. He had a great game against the Giants.
Smokers, I just want to say I hate him because he was ass for me in fantasy last year, and then I traded him, and then he did really well. Okay, so I don't hate the guy,
Yeah.
I hate the player.
And the player is himself, so Coop hates himself. He hates his fantasy self. All right, last one, wide receiver. He's 15, or he's at 21 targets, 15 receptions, 251 yards, 2 touchdowns. I don't know if that's
How many
That's
yards?
so hard. That's so hard.
How many yards?
the 251. Another one that might be interesting is he currently has roughly a 63% snap participation, or like he's played
Oh,
he's
wow.
played on 63% on average of the offensive snaps.
So not a lot. He's
Not
getting
a lot.
he's getting like 80 yards a game.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. KDawg.
KDawg, who do you got?
I swear to God. I was thinking like some old guy. I was gonna say like DeAndre Hopkins. I don't know.
Coop is correct. Tank Dell.
That's kind of
Right?
Oh,
I
man.
think
He's
I
been
saw-
in the
you
top
just
12.
picked him up on fantasy. didn't
I
you?
did.
saw
I
it.
did.
I saw him in your lineup. I was like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that he had that high of participation percentage. Not gonna lie. The only reason I got that again is just because we're guessing people we're not supposed to guess. So
Yeah.
Coop-
I thought it would be a little trickier. I think maybe the snap percentage gave it away a little
Coop
bit.
kind of went off.
But
I mean, we needed
Yeah.
a hit. If you just say 250 yards, I mean, there's some options, you know.
I mean, you got your guys who are
Yeah.
like, your JJs or Hills,
Right.
Or Adams
That's
who
what
are
I'm saying,
putting up massive
yeah.
yards, but 250 yards isn't. It's not a
Well,
like a slouch number.
no,
That's
the crazy
really
thing
good.
is
I
he
know,
had
just 3 weeks.
he had 145 last game. So
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
on pace for what, like 1,500?
Yeah.
At that rate.
Those Texans, man, they looking kind of nice.
Yeah.
They looking kind of nice. And speaking of future games, let's jump into Week 4. Week 4 matchups, baby. We got a long list to go.
oh yeah,
But let's start with Thursday night.
sounds good.
Probably one of the closer expected games. Lions-Packers,
Yep.
which is in... Do we know where this is? Is it in Green Bay?
Yes.
I feel like the Lions were just at home, so probably in Green Bay.
Yeah, it's in Green Bay.
But I think the Lions are the favorite in this one currently.
Yeah.
They are... Sorry, Schmokers. I'm late on the draw.
Schmokers, we're
They're 1.5
Googling.
point favorite.
1.5 points, huh?
1.5 point favorite. So this is a game where, Coop, I could foresee what you were talking about earlier with that
Mm-hmm.
passing accuracy of Jordan Love coming back to bite him in the ass a little bit against what's a pretty solid Lions
Yep.
defense.
Yep, I agree there. I think the only thing that could kind of help the Packers this game is if Aaron Jones is going to be back in the game, which he is supposed to, and I saw that Christian Watson's also supposed to be making a little debut this week on a snap count. So it should be pretty interesting to see what that offense is going to be like with those two guys. And if Jordan Love can, kind of continue his hot streak he's got going.
Yeah.
Go ahead, KDawg.
I was just gonna say, yeah, it's an interesting one because a divisional matchup. I mean, the Lions. It's kind of. I mean, I feel like the whole narrative this year with the Lions will be like, are they gonna lion it? Are they
Right.
a different team now? They've been beat up by the Packers for years. They finally got over that hump last year, sending the Seahawks to the playoffs, right? Like late in the year.
That's right.
Yeah,
Uh,
perpetual Lion fan.
So that was kind of maybe the initial hurdle. But now, once again, I mean, the Lions, they're favored on the road against the Packers. That probably hasn't happened for years. I
Yeah.
don't think.
No, probably not.
And this is the team they should beat, But on the flip side, the Packers, they're riding off a really big comeback win against the Saints. And, yeah, I don't know. I'm taking the Lions, but I'm definitely interested to watch. I think this could go either way.
Coop, who do you got?
I got the Lions here. I just all around, I just think that team's better than the Packers. Goff, he's proven himself to be better than what Jordan Love's been doing, completion wise, just kind of all around. And Montgomery looks like he might be coming back, and you still got Amon-Ra and Gibbs.
Let's not forget Sam Laporta too. Yeah,
Sam Laporta,
Yeah,
absolutely,
he's looking
absolutely,
great,
good
man.
little rookie out there.
Oh, he's been awesome to watch.
So yeah,
He's been so fun.
I got
to
the
watch.
Lions in this one.
Yeah, I mean, the Lions' offense has just been so consistent. Packers have been in some close games, and they're a little shaky. I think we still kind of have a question mark about if Jordan Love's the real deal, or if that whole team just in general is a real deal.
Right.
Yeah, let's get some more Gibbs. Let's go Lions. I got him in this one too, so we got a clean sweep.
Nice.
All right. Are we cold so far? I guess it's kind of cold, huh?
A little cold.
little cold.
We'll see if that changes here. Ravens versus the Browns. The AFC North matchup, battles of the 2 and the 1s. Man, this game, I don't know about you guys. I had a really tough time with this
Oh,
game.
yeah?
Yeah,
Agreed. I think the Browns are kind of a perfect defensive matchup against the Ravens. The Ravens' defense has been pretty sharp themselves, I think. I feel like they've been okay. Some people say they haven't. I feel like they have been okay. Against definitely an upgrade versus like playing against the Browns and Deshaun Watson, who's not. I think he's going to struggle this game.
Yeah. So who you got then?
I'm taking the Browns.
That didn't make any sense.
In a nail biter, maybe.
I mean, I just think it's going to be really close,
Wow.
but I really think the defense for the Browns. I know you guys, it doesn't make any sense, but I just think it's going to be a low-scoring game. The Browns defense is going to carry them.
Sounds
to
like
this,
sounds
victory,
like you
and
got the
Deshaun
Browns,
Watson
buddy.
is going to do just enough.
Yeah.
I hate the Browns. But I feel like it's
Bro,
logical
you literally
to
last
win
episode
here.
called the death of the Browns, and then you're gonna go out
I
there.
still think they're
and-
going to die. I still think they're going to die.
Okay, then you can't call them
This is
here.
a big win you're predicting.
Yeah.
This would be a huge win for them.
I don't think so. I think hold on. I think they're favored. Let me tell you.
Hold on, Smokers. There's an update.
The Browns are favored. They're favored to win. It's not a hot take right now.
I'm gonna jump in. So I got the Browns here.
Please do.
Uh,
Yeah, why are you guys shitting on me?
I'm shitting on you because you said the Browns were supposed to be dead, and then now you're picking them. And this is
I just think the Ravens are more dead.
all
The
right.
Ravens were killed with one.
So I'm picking the Browns here. That defense looks pretty damn good, and with how the Ravens have been lately, something's not clicking yet, and I hope they can turn around. I don't necessarily want the Browns to win here. I do like the Ravens.
No, I don't
I do
either.
like the Ravens.
I really don't.
Mark Andrews is my favorite tight end. I just don't know if that's clicking yet, and that defense is just way too depleted right now. They're supposed to be pretty dang good, but they just haven't looked good. Well, they haven't been healthy, and with how Deshaun was playing last game, like I said, get right game. I think he's going to come out and look pretty decent. Jerome Ford, he looks like a good little fill-in for our boy Chubb.
He was 10 for 18.
I know against the Titans defense. Come on.
Yes, I know.
He did have a touchdown reception.
Yeah, that annoyed me because I told one of our friends and listeners to start Najee Harris over Jerome Ford, and he ended up winning his matchup. But Jerome Ford went 10 for 18 with one reception for a touchdown, and then like one yard run for a touchdown. So that's really annoying when you were right, but you're also very wrong.
All right.
But yeah, I got the Browns here. I'll send it over to KDawg. Ho ho.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. This is a tough one. I'm going with the Ravens.
Yeah, you almost have to do the
yes,
Ravens.
a split.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, I'm not big on the Browns. I mean, their defense is incredible. I think they are, they're top of the NFL in all the major categories.
Yeah.
I just think that I don't know that they'll be able to contain Lamar. I don't know that anyone can really contain Lamar on the ground. And I
Except the
think
Colts.
given that, I think Lamar had 100 yards rushing.
Actually, he did end up doing pretty well.
Yeah. I know he had kind of a slow start. He had a couple fumbles, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Lamar is just the X factor. I don't believe in the Browns' offense, so I don't think I think it'll be a close game. But if the Ravens score too many points, I don't think the Browns can keep up with them. Yeah, I mean it's tough, but I'm going with the Ravens.
Does the script allow for the Ravens to go 2-2 here, Coop? Are we just smoking? Are we just blowing
what's
smoke
kind
up
of
our
crazy? I think the Browns are somehow like anti or like script proof in a way because what's going on with Deshaun. It's like nobody wants this guy to win. So he's like
he's
like
villain.
the anti-script.
Oh, that would be bad because then my death prediction. Well, maybe he is literal death, and he's just.
I mean, you literally just called them to win, so your death prediction isn't even like you don't even
but
believe
it's
in
the
your
logic.
prediction.
No, trust me, I do. Long term, this is a long term call. That's all I'm saying. All right, Dolphins versus Bills. Are we gonna get the shootout of?
This is gonna be
last
awesome.
This week, are we gonna get a shootout, or is it gonna be more of a strategic Mike
Yeah.
McDaniels versus Josh McDermott?
Right.
Chest
Smokers. I don't know if you saw my shootout meme for this last week. My Shmokin Hot shootout. You're going to be seeing another one because I'm going to whip something up for this. Tell you what.
Yeah, this will be a fun one, dude. I mean, the Bills really improved since their loss to the Jets. I think they kind of used that game as like a. They're like, okay, we got to get our shit together,
right?
Kind of thing. And now they've smashed the Manders. They and then who is it? The Raiders. Yeah, they smashed the Raiders. And now they're playing arguably the best offense in the league.
That's right.
I don't know if it's arguable.
No, it's not arguable.
I don't think it's arguable.
Whew, it's gonna be a fun one. And Josh, I mean, their offense has been slouchers either.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely the game of the week. I think.
Yeah.
It's exciting because we get to see this matchup twice this year.
Right.
But you got.
Let's not write off Broncos Bears real quick for matchup.
We'll get to that, Prophet Jay.
Close run. We're actually talking about that one next, I think.
Yeah, sorry.
But Dolphins and Bills, you got the number 1, number 2 scoring offense in the league thus far. Although you look at the other side of the ball, Bills are number 2 on defense, albeit against maybe the lowly Raiders and Commanders and Jets. Maybe bringing that a little low. Dolphins are number 22 in defense.
Which is kind of nuts.
So there's quite a discrepancy there.
We might be seeing the Dolphins put up 90 this game to keep up with the Bills.
They might go for triple digits, honestly.
Right?
I think, it might be might be a record-breaking game.
Yeah.
But no, I actually think, all jokes aside, I actually think this will be lower scoring than we think. I don't know what the over-under is, but I think it'll be a close game. No one's going to go crazy on offense. And I actually got the Bills winning this game.
Wow.
I just think the Bills have looked so dominant. I know the Dolphins. I know what they've done, obviously, last week, this season. But the Bills have looked dominant the past 2 weeks. And I think they have the ability. I think they're at home, right?
Yeah.
And I think
it is in Buffalo. Yeah.
I think they have the edge in this one, just given what they can do on both sides of the ball.
They are the 3-point favorite.
Yeah, I think
as well. So Miami's.
I think I was just about to say you're pretty brave for picking the Bills, but now that I hear that the favorite, you sound pretty cold over there. But no, I think you're pretty brave picking the Bills here.
Cool
After the Dolphins just came off a 70-point dub, but I could see it being a lot closer. I mean, I still got the Dolphins here. But yeah,
it's hard to bet against right now.
The Dolphins are competing with the Dolphins basically with the perfect season that they put up, I think in the 70s or whatever, right? Dan Marino. It's not likely for a team to finish undefeated, and this is definitely one of those games where it's like, yeah, this is one of their losses on the year. But I don't think, they're going to be playing. They're in Buffalo, but it's too early in the season for that to be a factor to me. For temperature wise, so no snow.
Those Miami boys are going to be cold,
and
snow.
And the Bills are going to be playing in Miami later in the season, so you might just get a sweep. You might just get a Dolphin sweep this year. So yeah, I'll get the Fins here. What you got, Prophet J?
We got a big Dolphin fanboy. Here we go. Yeah, let's go Tua MVP,
That's
baby.
right.
No, I got the Dolphins on this one too. I'm riding the Dolphin high. When you stunt on another NFL team like that, how can you not be the most confident, egotistical?
Right. They want more, dude. And you know what? They did
sometimes that can,
but
sometimes that can have the opposite.
They didn't have Waddle that game.
They didn't have Waddle. So, they did it on the back of Mostert and HA, man.
So I mean,
what's up with that?
I want to see McDaniel with a full arsenal.
I think they should have just fed one guy the ball the whole game and just let him get the touchdown record. Speaking of getting records,
they don't care about records.
Mostert get six records or 6 tutties, because isn't the record 5? I think it's 5.
I have no idea.
Did Kamara match that?
Kamara got like 6.
I think Kamara had. I think 6 sounds right because he had like 55.
Okay.
It was
And
Okay, well
super.
they got 9, they got like 10 touchdowns. So let's get 8 to one guy. Come on.
Yeah.
What are we doing, Dolphins? I'm with KDawg. I'm getting angry about this. But yeah, I mean, I just don't think any team is stopping that offense right now. I mean, Tyreek and I mean, really all you need is Tyreek, but I mean, Tua's just looking
yeah,
confident, dude. He's looking like he's making good throws. He's hitting Tyreek on the
I s-
money,
this is
on the
kind of
move,
a kind of ill
and
taste, but I saw a meme where it was like sometimes when people get hit in the head, they get superpowers, right? And I think
oh jeez.
I think
Okay.
Tua's looking great. You know, this is the type of season. Well, 3 weeks in, granted, but you know, this is what we were talking about last year, where it was like this guy looks incredible. If he had finished that season, wow, you know, MVP definitely. So you
Yeah,
know,
it
as
was the
long as he
breakout,
just
man.
keeps trucking along, I just don't see him being stopped. And I mean, with those weapons, Hill, man, you got to talk about A-Chan. I guess that's how you say his name now. Um,
Oh, is it
yeah, I guess he
HM?
corrected it
Not A Chain?
because you know he
Oh,
had an interview, I'm sure, and he wanted to get it straight. So yeah, it's A-Chan.
Good to know.
all right.
I was saying H.
Thank you for letting us know. Us podcast people,
That's
man, we
right.
got to know. We can't be screwing that stuff up. All right. So we had 2 Dolphins, 1 Bills there.
Yep.
Yep.
KDawg. All right, so we're getting some splits. All right, let's go. All right, boys. The matchup of the week. The battle of the 0 and 3s. The battle of
That's
the
right.
booty. The battle of the Broncos and the battle of the Bears. Oh,
This
2
is
unmovable, awful offenses.
this
Who
is
can
my
score?
this is my
Actually,
who cares game of the week right there.
no. This is going to be the highest rated game of the week.
Oh
'Cause
man.
everyone's going to be tuning
This
in.
is a game that has two teams that lost by a combined 80 points last
Dear
week.
God.
Uh, I think the Bears are the worst team in the
Wait,
league.
combined 80 points
I
is
think
like 110.
No, I'm saying the differential.
Oh,
So
oh,
what's
oh,
that
oh,
made? It's
oh, oh.
20
Yep, yep,
and 40 something
yep.
to 10. But
it's like 80.
No, you're right.
yeah. But anyway, Bears are the worst team in the league. I think the Broncos get a dub here. Uh, but who gives a shit? You know,
Does Fields get
they
benched
both-
at any point in this game? Or are they
Well,
just
his
riding him out until he
backup,
dies?
I was thinking about that. I was
Is it
thinking
still
about bringing
Nathan
that up on the
Peterman?
pod, and then I looked up the depth chart. Yeah, his backup is
Oh
Nathan
man.
Peterman. So
Oh no.
it might. I mean,
Oh,
that's
Bears
easily the worst QB room in
Yeah.
the league. Uh, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'll hand off to you guys.
If Gardner Minshew was the backup in Chicago, would he be named the starter right now for this game?
Uh,
I mean, if
Or are
I
they
were
just tanking?
coaching, if I were
no,
coaching,
that's the thing.
I think they're
I
just
think
tanking, man.
realistically they'd give Fields a little more
They-
of a
Yeah.
chance, though.
Uh,
What do you say, Coop? You've been the biggest
yeah.
Fields
So
advocate.
I got the Bears here. I think Sean Payton kind of put a curse on the Broncos. How he came out after Nathaniel Hackett, that whole
Oh
shenanigans.
man.
So, and you got to look at what the Dolphins just did to the Broncos. I mean, they ran all over them. And what did the Bears do? Semi okay. What does Justin Fields do? To the best of his ability,
That's
run
true.
the ball.
That's a good
So
point.
I
That's a
think
good
you know
point.
this might be a little juice in the season. The Bears where they're thinking, hey, you know, Justin Fields kind of had this type of turnaround last year and looked good. I think. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. This is a mid-off competition we got going on, but I just think the Bears are going to be a little less mid than the Broncos.
So you got the Broncos joining you in Dynasty and tanking for Caleb Williams.
Not necessarily,
Yeah, we'll
but
see.
yeah.
We'll see. Okay. I will definitely be tuning into this game, folks. Trust me. Feel free to message me about it because I'll be watching intently. We got some Broncos listeners who are down bad, and I gotta be texting them, checking up on them, seeing how they're doing. Because, well, let's just say be careful for your Bears and Broncos. I mean,
Right, get
You
the
got friends that
hotline.
need-
Send
uh,
the
either of
send
those
a
teams.
hotline to him.
Check in on.
Yeah, check in on him. I got the Broncos in this one. I think the Bears are just
Yeah.
bad all over the ball. They're horrible on offense.
I mean,
horrible
are
on
they-
defense. The Coop. I do agree that with you, Coop, that their best
Right.
attribute is their running offense. Is it? I mean, is it any good? It doesn't really feel like it. I would love to see them get Khalil Herbert more involved. He was one of my guys who I actually had as top 5 to watch. My other RB was Brian Robinson, who's been a huge smash, but Khalil Herbert just hasn't really been in any game scripts remotely close to be able to really,
Yeah, I don't
take
know
advantage
what's up
of their
with
running
that.
abilities. I mean, because they just get blown out every freaking game, man. Because that defense is
Right.
hot ass. And I don't think the Broncos' offense has really been terrible. It's not been bad. I mean, Sutton had a big game. He had 2 fumbles. Just take that away. And the Broncos, I mean, I know they got blown out, but we probably get at least like another touchdown, another 10 points. So I think the Broncos will take this one. I think it is in Chicago, though, and the Bears are the favorite currently. So
Because I'm as cold as ice. It's all right. I'm hot in this room, though, baby.
Imagine being an underdog.
Dude,
I can't feel good.
but if you got the Bears and they go 0-4 and you still back in Justin Fields, man, there's no coming back from that. So this is a make or break for you with your Fields
Me?
fandom.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
Very
your
good.
cat I'm
I
talking
mean-
about.
whatever. I'm not too. I don't really
All right.
care about him anymore. Not gonna lie. So
All right.
my new Ohio State.
I took him in one of
my new Ohio
fantasy
State
drafts,
quarterback
so.
I like is C.J. Stroud. So yeah,
CJ.
right.
Yeah, he's definitely the better of them right now. All right. The team that knocked off the boys, the
Oh
Cardinals.
man,
Can they knock
man,
off
what a
the other top
narrative
2
you got
team?
there. You
The
know, 2 of our
Niners.
top 2 teams, right? Cowboys, now the Niners. I might surprise you guys here with
Yeah.
this pick. I might.
You might, but you're not gonna.
Nah, I
We all
got
know
the
that.
Niners
We all
too. I
know
mean,
that.
they just look too good. They're complete on both sides of the ball. The only way that I see the Cardinals winning this is if, Purdy does something that he hasn't really done before, and it's just kind of mess up and not be able to get the ball to his
Yeah.
guys. And I don't see that defense really not being able to stop the Cardinals. I know the Cowboys weren't really able to, but I don't know. It seems a little different.
Yeah,
to
the
me.
defense is too good, man. And the only way the Cardinals win this game, in my opinion, is if Purdy, Debo, Kittle, McCaffrey
Right.
all just like break a leg
Yeah.
or a foot or something or a thumb. Like they're not losing this game, dude. Like McCaffrey could go out there with one broken arm and still destroy the Cardinals on it by himself. So for me, it's pretty clear and obvious that the Niners are gonna win this. Although I think that's pretty close to what I said last week.
Yeah.
When, we were predicting or talking about the
Yeah.
Cowboys versus the Cardinals. I was probably like, nothing to say here.
Right.
Cowboys.
We just skipped over it, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the same thing as well. I mean, 49ers should win this easily. But we should mention, it's a divisional game. The Cardinals, I think, are better than we thought they
Yeah.
were. I'll kind of segue. Our next game is the Cowboys game, so I kind of segue into it. I just think it's funny if you look at the betting lines. Vegas basically pretended like the game last week, Cowboys and Cardinals, didn't even happen. Because you got the Cardinals, the 49ers are 14-point favorites against the Cardinals. They're like, that was just, they don't give them any respect. Which of course, the 49ers should have a good margin, but 14 is a lot. And then on the flip side, going into our next game, you got the Cowboys at home favored by 7 against the Patriots, which I think is ridiculous. I'm worried about the Cowboys game.
Oh,
I am, because I just think it's a bad matchup. With the way that Patriots defense has been playing, Dak in his career has not performed well against good defenses.
oh no. We're seeing
Ruh-roh.
the downfall, the demise of KDawg.
Their red zone
no.
offense has been
We're seeing him
struggling.
spiraling.
I just, you got Zeke coming back with a little chip on his shoulder,
man.
maybe. It's, and I don't know what's going on with all those O-line injuries. I don't know if they're gonna, some of those guys are gonna be coming back, and they're not just any injuries. They're Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, 2 of our best players, future Hall of Famers potentially, that are gone. I think for the Cowboys to win this game, I think the defense really needs to step up and win it for them. And we know they're capable of that, I guess, based on the first couple games. But I don't know. I'm going to pick the Cowboys. But if I were completely
I was nervous.
if I was completely objective, I think I would choose the Patriots.
Damn.
To be honest.
Wow. This is some
That
scary
is.
things we are hearing from
Yeah.
the voice of KDawg. KDawg, I feel like you jumped all the way to the
Right,
frightened
like
on
the
meme
stages,
shit, or
the
like
stages
I
of
did.
denial.
I mean,
clock.
The
I've
stages
seen
You
of
jumped
I've
all
seen
the
it
way to the
before,
fraud.
you know, and but it's a good and bad thing right now because obviously the Cowboys just had this ugly loss, right? But we're gonna see what they are these next 2 weeks. They play the Patriots, which is a no gimme, and then you got the 49ers the following week. So we're gonna see what the
Man,
Cowboys are, you know. And right now,
it's
I have
kind
no
of
reason to
it's
really
kind of crazy to me that the
feel that good
Cowboys are
about
about
them,
to fall to
honestly.
2-3 over these 5 weeks.
I would KDawg, are you gonna be okay if they do that?
If
Oh,
they fall to
yeah.
2 and 3, oh god, that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough. They're still just based off of their competition in the NFC. I think they're a wild
Yeah.
card team no matter what. I think unless they can beat up on those weaker NFC teams, but we were hoping Super Bowl over here, so
We
it's a
were,
little,
or you were.
I don't know. That's some of us out of nowhere.
Whoa.
Uh,
I think that was C-Dubs. That was C-Dubs
But
again.
yeah, I don't know. I'm curious.
So
What's
I
your
got
guys'
the
take?
Patriots here because I am that objective that take, and I also don't like to see the Cowboys succeed. But I think Bill Belichick, man, the defenses he has, the last decade, top 10. I think he's going to cook up something nice for Dak. We saw a little bit of vintage Dak last game through a nice little pick. I think we get 2 of those this game.
That was after KDawg was talking
You know, I
all
forgot-
that.
I forgot to
He
mention
was
that.
talking all that shit
Yeah, he
about
did
not
it.
throwing any interceptions
And you know
or
what's
turning over the ball.
you know what's so stupid in that game? I don't know if you guys saw that, but the Cowboys, they're down 2 scores. They got to score fast. They
Yeah.
had 2 big plays, got them down in the red zone. And then what does Mike McCarthy do? He literally ran the ball 5 times in a row up the middle, each time gaining maybe 2 yards, and just took off so much time. And then that left with a third. And
Hey,
goal
that's
where
just
Dak
Mike
throws that
McCarthy
interception.
special right there. You get rid of Kellen Moore, and you just get a nice little run game.
That's just his game.
Yeah. You know who leads the league in field goals made is the Cowboys rookie kicker.
Oh,
Brandon
nice little
Aubrey.
shout
Maybe
out.
Pick him up in fantasy if you can.
I think.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I got Pats here.
So you really
I
got
think
Patriots
the
this game.
only the X factor is going to be Micah Parsons. Throw a tight end in your backfield, you'll be fine. Put Hunter Henry back there. He'll be taking care of him all night. Did he?
Didn't Hunter Henry get injured last
whatever.
game? He fell down with an ankle problem. Yeah. I don't know if he's. I think he came back, but
Regardless,
he's
regardless.
Not, I don't think he's 100%.
Regardless,
He's
I
not
think
gonna be able to
you
handle
just
Micah Parsons.
start screening around Parsons, and it'll be a fun game to watch just to see KDawg come back whimpering next podcast. Yeah.
Okay, so I've been creating this narrative that the Patriots aren't that bad, but you were always clowning on me for that. So now you're calling them over the boys. So you can't say that it's a bad take. I'm
I've
just
never
letting you know.
clowned on you for the Patriots take. I think that's more
Coop has all the time.
Yeah, yes.
What's up with that?
Crickets.
Yeah, okay. No, it's fine.
I just
want to know.
Hey, you know what? Things change week to week. We got to stay up to date. All right.
All right.
How about that?
I don't. I know I've been talking, and it's funny I say all that just now because I have the boys in this one.
Wow.
Because
I actually put you down for the
boys.
Patriots.
The boys, well, yes, suffered a disgustingly embarrassing loss to the Cardinals. I would be ashamed if I was a Boys fan. Don't get me wrong, but good thing I'm a Seahawks fan, and my team is the greatest. I think the boys. The defense will bounce back. I think it's Mac Jones who has looked okay, but I think this boys' defense, even without Trayvon Diggs, is still very sharp. I think we need to get Pollard going a little more. And
Just to speak your own words.
I do like me some CD, but I'm nervous.
The Patriots almost beat the Dolphins, almost beat the Eagles.
And they're almost going to beat the boys.
I bet you a ton of money you would put both those teams over the Cowboys right now.
Who?
And you're
the
still not
Dolphins
going
and the
to.
who?
And the Eagles.
Yeah, I'd put them both over the boys.
And you're not going to pick the Pats in this game?
I think it's going to be close. But I don't think
All
they're
right.
good.
Also, another little tidbit. I'm pretty sure Bill Belichick has only lost to the Cowboys once in his career as the Patriots coach.
Wow.
I could be wrong.
Uh-oh. I
But
don't know if you guys heard a stat that he brought up. 1-7 against the Cardinals.
yeah. I could be
Interesting.
wrong on that. I kind of want to check it, but it's something. If it's not one, then it's two losses. Like it's basically they always beat them.
Here's my last little bit of logic for the boys over the Patriots. Is I see the Patriots having a pretty comparable defense to like the Jets,
Yeah.
and the Patriots were able to score 15 against the Jets. And I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I had a whole train of logic there, and it was really great. Anyways, boys
okay.
over the Patriots. My bad, Shmokers. I had a good thought process there, and it went to the wayside. All right, the other.
It says, hold on. I gotta jump in here. So I just looked it up on Google. It's been more than 30 years since the Dallas Cowboys beat Bill Belichick.
No way.
No, they beat him
Yep.
like 2 years ago.
Oh wait, that was October 14th, 2021.
There you go.
Still though.
There you go.
Still,
Yeah,
though.
so that was the one game. Their last game, they beat him in
Yeah.
overtime. Yeah, they hadn't beat him since then yet. I mean, they only beat Tom Brady for
Wow.
the first time last year.
That's crazy.
Over under Zeke 100 yards.
Way under. Way under. Come on.
I think he gets 10 yards and then breaks his ankle.
I kind of
Oh,
see him.
shit.
I kind of see him scoring a touchdown. Will he jump in the kettle? We'll see.
Do they have the
Yeah.
kettle already?
No,
Out
I guess
there?
they don't. Yeah, that's around Thanksgiving.
That's more of a Thanksgiving thing, right?
Yeah.
But it's a bummer that the NFL didn't have him coming back during that time. Because come on, I would love to see that. Everyone, he's got to get fined one last time for it.
Right.
Okay, Monday Night Football, probably the scheduled upset of the week. The Giants versus the Hawks. I can't believe it.
Jesus.
Giants 1.5 point favorite. Who can believe
Insanity.
that? Who buys that? Vegas, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, it's interesting that the Giants are favorites in this game. I don't really see. I mean, I'm sure you guys have more to say, obviously, but I'm picking the Hawks in this one. I just don't think the Seahawks can keep up with, or excuse me, I don't think the Giants can keep up with that Seahawks offense.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen them score, over 70 points combined the past 2 weeks. Is Saquon coming back?
I doubt it.
I don't think we know.
I doubt
yet.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely a factor, but even with Saquon, I'm taking the Hawks.
Yeah, I think Daniel Jones is going to have a decent game on the ground. I think we'll see a good amount of scrambling from him. Because I don't think we'll be able to pressure. I feel like we never pressure the quarterback all that well, and so Daniel Jones can really. I think will have a decent game. For fantasy's sake, I think he might be a sneaky start this week. But we're not talking about fantasy.
Well, I might.
But otherwise, I mean, they have Breida, who looked okay, I guess. And as I was saying on the Thursday night reaction, that these Giants just don't have any wide receivers who can do what feels like anything. They can't get any separation. It's only Darren Waller who just tries to out-strength somebody, just boxes them out. That's all they got.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Seahawks defense is gonna eat this
Right.
game, to be honest.
As a Seahawks fan, no game I ever go into am I going to think we're going to beat somebody handedly. And I don't see it in this game either. Like you're saying, Daniel Jones looking like a little sneaky start in fantasy. I'm absolutely slamming him into my lineup. I think he's going to run all over us. And Darren Waller, I think, is going to be a pretty good play. But at the end of the day, I'm going to take the Hawks. I think the offense is just going to, whatever the Giants are going to do, I think the Hawks offense is going to do twofold.
Yep.
We're going to see probably some
K9 big day.
K9 big day. I think we're going to see some pretty good defensive plays too. But usually with the Hawks, it's like we have a nice mix of defensive plays, but we also have a nice mix of just real bad defensive plays. So I do see this being a closer game. I mean, come on. The Panthers took us down into the fourth quarter pretty close. Giants, I would say, are arguably better than the Panthers. Not arguably. They are probably better than the Panthers.
I think they are.
So I do see this being a closer game. But yeah, Seahawks. Let's go.
KDawg, you got Hawks too, right?
I got
You're on
Hawks,
this
yeah. I
ship
got
with
Hawks.
us. Yeah, my man. My man. Dude,
Don't,
if you didn't call the Cowboys, I would have been like distraught. Already. I just want you to know.
Right.
I
I would
have
have been
to
really
because,
upset.
because I see it as a toss-up, so obviously I gotta go with the boys.
Yeah.
But
Well,
like I said, if I were objective, I would pick the Patriots.
I think that's how I felt last week about Seahawks, or the week before, Seahawks versus Lions.
Yeah,
I was
the
very
Seahawks
much
Lions,
like,
yeah.
oof, I see this going either way. And then you had a fake fan, Prophet Jay, calling the Lions.
Big
So
fan.
Hey, I was punished for that. That's what I get for not going with my fandom.
yeah,
You know what's gonna be funny, KDawg, is if like the Cowboys just blow out the Patriots, then what do you say? How they stack up against the Niners? Because right now you'd probably say they lose.
Well, yeah.
But what if they just have a great game against the
I mean,
Patriots
that's
and just
literally
blow them out?
the only thing that could happen that would make me consider picking them over the
Yeah,
49ers.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like that would make it a tough call.
Yeah, it would, because you're absolutely right. Right now, I'm going with the 49ers. That being
Yeah.
said, maybe the Cardinals will blow them out this week, and then that's what
Oh my god,
I
wow.
don't know.
dude, the NFL it's so scripted if that happens. I don't know even what to say. I don't know what to say.
The
man.
Cardinals are
And let's
my
hope
Cardinals are getting in my top 10 if that happens.
Oh, man,
Arizona,
seriously.
the whole state of Arizona needs to calm down because the Huskies are coming down this
Oh,
weekend.
God.
We
You
don't
just
need
put a
any
little
weird
curse on
upsets.
us, didn't you?
I'm knocking on wood, dude, but we don't need
We
to do
don't
that.
fare well. We don't
The
fare well in
Arizona
Arizona.
business. No, we don't. We don't. All right, let's move on to just some other quick games that we can talk about. Maybe if you guys have anything special you want to say, but otherwise,
Yeah, let's just burn through
Who's
them.
going to win? Falcons versus the Jaguars in London, 6:30. Who's getting up?
I will.
I want to
I'll be
watch
there.
Bijan. I might actually go to London to watch
Really?
this game just to watch Bijan. I might.
Nice.
If smokers, if you're there, let's do a meet and greet. I'll sign some
Yeah.
autographs.
Do we have any international listeners right now?
I don't think so.
There's smokers all over the world.
Maybe one
Yeah.
day. Maybe one day. On this one, I got the Jags to win this. A little bit of a bounce back against the Falcons.
Yeah.
The Falcons need to get the run offense going. I don't know if that's going to be, if that's going to work all that well. I think it. Well, actually, I do think it will work well against the Jaguars, but I think the Jaguars are just an overall better team, and I think they have a better offense. This is going to be a get right. Game
Right.
for Trevor
I
Lawrence.
love calling bounce back, get right games. I think this is definitely a get right game for the Jags. I think the Lions just kind of showed the recipe to stop the Falcons. I mean, everybody knew it. It's no secret recipe. It's no Krusty Krab secret formula. Just stop the Falcons' run.
God, I love the SpongeBob references.
Stop the Falcons' run.
What 2 SpongeBob references for every
That's
Taylor
right.
Swift
That's
reference,
right.
at least.
And then have Ritter try to beat you with his arm, and you're gonna take a dub. So go Jags.
Yeah, I'm picking Jags as well. They're going to their second home in London, as
Oh,
they
that's
do
right.
every year. And,
Oh, I forgot they
Yeah.
do that.
I think they might even do it twice a year now. I could be wrong.
No
but,
way.
They do it at least once.
Dude, that'd be
Yeah.
brutal. Could you imagine? I don't think isn't like the Hawks the favorite team in London? It's
Germany.
either, like, in London or
Germany for the
Germany.
Hawks.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
that's
Yeah.
sick. That's cool.
But yeah, I echo everything you guys said. Jags in a bounce back game. They need this one. Should be a slam dunk for them.
Well,
Yeah,
let's hope.
right.
Let's hope, man. Otherwise, Jags fans are gonna be down. But we were talking about call your Broncos and your Bears friends. Call your
Yeah.
Jags
Hey,
friends.
we got a
if
resident
they
Jags
lose this
fan.
one.
Cedos, man.
Kind of. It's the second.
Jesus.
Second
Poor
team.
guy.
Speaking of C-Dubs, what I wanted to say earlier was don't mention the Cardinals around.
Oh,
him.
right.
He's scared of them.
Jeez.
Yeah, he runs away when he sees don't let him see a Cardinal in real life. Oh boy.
Oh man.
All right, Rams versus the Colts. Rams 1-2, but played 3 good teams. Colts 2-1. Tied for the division lead, if I do remember correctly.
Yeah.
Looking good. Anthony Richardson, still a question mark. So this one might flip depending on his status.
Right.
Who do you guys got on this one?
I got.
This is in
So
Indianapolis, by the way. And I think Colts are the 1-point
Are they really?
Sorry.
Okay. I do have the Colts here. So
Wow.
I kind of like them as a team, especially if Anthony Richardson's coming back. I think he's just such an X factor with what he can do with his feet. Stay healthy, get through the game. Rams, I really bought into them. I was thinking, hey, they're playing these good teams. They're putting up, the points, yada yada. They smoke the Seahawks. But after what I saw yesterday, I just don't know if I can do that again. Um, it's more of a not liking the Rams and just kind of liking what I see from the Colts at this point. So I'm taking Colts.
Yeah,
KDawg, do you
this one,
disagree?
this one, I do disagree. I do disagree. This is a tough one. I mean, they're kind of two teams that we've seen flashes of, but we're not really sure what they are. I'm going with the Rams simply because I don't know. I mean, I think they just look more explosive. Obviously, not against the Bengals, but that was a tough game going into Cincinnati when they're staring 0-3 in the face. They played them close. I just don't. I don't know. I know the Colts just beat the Ravens, but I don't think they have it in them to beat another good team like that. So I'm going with the Rams.
Yeah, I'm buying into the Colts hype here. I got the
Wow.
Colts over the Rams.
I thought I was
Yeah,
gonna be
I'm
a
on
loner
Colts side
there.
on this one. No.
Mhm.
I mean, I keep talking about the Colts and the Texans in the same light. I think, man, I think they're sneaky dogs this year.
Are they
Man.
juice
They've been looking
dogs?
good. Well, let's see. Who is the Cardinals were the juice dog, the juiced bird.
The juice
For real.
The
bird.
juice bird. They were the juice bird. For anyone that doesn't know, by the way, a juice dog is when the underdog is destroying the overdog. So like Cardinals over the Colts this week, or sorry, the Cowboys this week. But yeah, I mean, man, the Colts just.
I mean,
playing
Zach
good
Moss looks
football. Just
good.
all around the ball.
Michael Pittman. People were calling
Yeah.
for his downfall.
I don't.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really know if like it's one side that's playing way better than the other. It's just like it's just all
Yeah.
around good.
They're playing
It's all
better
around
than
good football,
expectations
just
for sure.
old school ball. They're just
Right.
looking good. Anthony Richardson's a dog. He's just beating up on people. If he comes, man, I
I
hope
do
he comes
too.
back because he's so much fun to watch.
Agreed.
So yeah, Colts. So 2 Colts, 1 Rams there
Nice.
for KDawg. Vikings versus the Panthers, the other 0-3
Yeah.
matchup of the week.
I think this one's pretty easy.
Panthers coming off the loss to the Hawks. Vikings in a close one against the Chargers. I got the Vikings.
I got the
You guys do
Vikings.
too.
I don't need anything else to say.
Yeah, Andy Dalton might throw for 500 this game. But
Smash start in
Yeah.
fantasy. It'd be great. In Dynasty,
Right.
especially. Bengals versus the Titans. Bengals, just like we just discussed, beating the Rams. Sorry about that. And the Titans' offense just looking
Yeah.
abysmal against a good defense in the Browns. I got
Yeah,
the
this one's
Bengals in
pretty
this
easy
one.
for me. Bengals defense is looking too good. And that Titans pass defense is stanky, man. I see Chase and Higgins going for like
stanky.
200 apiece. It's going to be
Dude,
gross.
and Jamar Chase had a big
Yeah,
big bounce
I
back
got Bengals all the
week
way.
3. So Chase is going to eat, yeah.
yeah, I got Bengals too. I mean, before we know it, Bengals will be 2-2.
Right.
Back in.
All right. Yeah, I like that, KDawg. The NFC South matchup, 2-1 teams, Bucks versus the Saints. This could be a sneaky good game. I see it as like a low scoring but like sneaky good, like kind of back and forth. Baker getting hyped, throwing some touchdowns to Mike Evans, and Olave clapping back. Maybe Kamara gets into the end zone first game back. I think it's going to be kind of back and forth. I think it's supposed to be a pretty close game, and I think the Saints are the favorite right now by about 3 points.
I got.
Yeah, I got.
Go ahead.
Um,
All right, look at all of us
I was
trying
gonna-
to get in here to get our pick in. We're so excited about this game.
I got the Saints. Again. The defense. Kamara coming back. Buccaneers got a little exposed. I don't know why you would ever pick them to win.
Yeah, I think between KDawg and myself, I think this is a little damage control with our last week pick for the Bucks. I got the Saints as well. We actually got a little Jameis Winston revenge game. So
yeah,
I see,
what
That's
storyline.
good.
I see
Good
probably 3 picks for Jameis, but probably 4 or 5 tutties. I think Kamara,
Oh my God.
they got
Classic
Kamara coming
Jameis
back. He's absolutely fresh. I know it's only been 3 games, but he's fresh. He's electric. He's gonna be coming in.
Is he gonna be
I think he
game
will
ready?
be.
Do we know, though?
The Buccaneers rushing defense kind of got exposed with Swift this last matchup, and I think Kamara's just as good or even better than Swift. So we're gonna see a lot of that. So I got the Saints taking it. I mean, Baker, this might be a little Baker free fall. I don't know. I know I was hyping him up, and he was riding that eagle. He might be falling off that eagle, and then we might see a little Kyle Trask here in a few weeks. I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, let's not
and that's
get
because
ourselves.
I'm jumping on the pirate ship too this week, baby.
Oh,
I'm on the bikes, the Bucks hype train.
Nice.
I got a lot of
That's
myself.
all right. We can't agree on everything.
Yeah, I think I'm high on the Eagles, and so I don't hold this loss that badly to them for the Bucks. I mean, 25-11. That's a tough line, but I mean, I feel like the Eagles 25 points holding that offense to that isn't necessarily horrible.
No, but it's only putting up 10
I don't
points.
know if I have a whole.
Is the problem.
Yeah, that's true. But the Eagles also have a great defense, and I'm also not super high. I don't know if Kamara's been allowed to practice when he's suspended, but if he hasn't been, I'm always a little nervous about players coming in without really having a whole lot of time to get ready with the team. And so I just think this Bucks D is gonna, we keep talking about bounce backs. I think they're gonna have a little bit of a bounce back, and they shut the Saints D down or Saints O down. I think it's gonna be a close game though. I do have the Bucks though. I have Baker Mayfield taking them to 3-1, looking like sneaky favorites to win the division. Right.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
We will see, KDawg. We will see. Commanders versus Eagles. I got the Eagles in this one, and a big smackdown of the Commanders.
Yep, I got the Eagles in this one, and another big smackdown of the Commanders.
I got the Eagles as well, although I do want to caveat. Last year, when the Eagles were undefeated, I think all the way into November, late October, the Commanders were the one to beat them. They beat them 32-21. And as I've said already, the Commanders aren't as bad as everyone thinks. But
who was their quarterback when they beat them? Was it Sam Howell?
No, I think it was Heineke.
Well, that explains it.
But Sam Howell,
Heineke's got that dog in him.
Sam Howell, best QB since,
even though he's
best QB since Kirk Cousins. I'm telling you guys. But that being said, I still got the Eagles.
All right.
Well, we better hope for the bounce.
Could you imagine? Hold on. Let's talk about this a little bit. Could you imagine Kirk Cousins on this Commanders team right now?
Dude, he'd be balling out.
Right? Wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah.
That was a mistake by them.
No JJ, but
still
two good wide receivers.
Anyways,
let's move on.
We can all dream about Kirk Cousins on a lot of different teams, honestly.
Right.
Okay, Steelers versus Texans. Steelers 2-1. Texans are 1, and was that their first win against the Jags?
What they do week 2? They lost to the Ravens. What they do week 2?
I don't know. Didn't they lose to the Colts? I think it was the Colts.
Oh,
no, they won. They're 2-1.
Oh, they're 2-1.
Come on, this is a football podcast. We don't even know this.
I'm sorry, I don't have it open. I got the Texans winning this one, guys.
Wow.
I got them staying hot.
Wow. They were 1 and 2.
Stroud. Okay, see, I don't need notes. I got it all in here.
Yikes. Psych, they're 2-1, buddy. You just clowned yourself.
Are they actually?
No, they're 1 and
2. Okay, thank God. All right, I got Texans in this one, guys.
All right.
Let's focus up.
Yeah, I got the Texans. I really like this team. I think Pittsburgh is just kind of they're suffering a little bit. Their offense.
The hype train.
What's that?
I said join the hype train.
Oh yeah, I'm all over this train. I mean, I've always liked Dameon Pierce. Now I'm a new. Well, I've liked C.J. Stroud.
You're a C.J. Stroud bandwagoner.
Oh, that's why he's a top 3 rookie for me. Yeah. Okay. And I like this wide receiver core they got. I had Steelers in the top 10 wide receiver core. Now I'm looking at the Texans. Dang, that's looking pretty nice. So yeah, overall, I like the Texans over the Steelers. It's gonna be a great matchup, and I don't know, Kenny Pickett. I'm kind of not liking you right now.
Kenny, would you say kick it?
Throwing
kick
picks
it to the curb, Kenny.
Oh, nah. Go Texans.
We're gonna make it a clean Texans sweep here. I got the
Wow.
Wow. I think we're hot on this.
I
think
think
we're hot on
I
this.
mean, it's
Yeah.
a big test. It's going to be really interesting because it'll say a lot about that Texans offense. It's a big test for them. Like, going up against the Steelers.
Yeah.
But
Steelers are the
I'm
favorite.
excited for him, and I have a hard time. Kenny Pickett, Najee Harris, that offense is gross.
Yeah.
I think the Texans just have more playmakers. Simply
Yeah.
put.
I think the Texans are on
think they
more
can
of
stand.
an upswing, and the Steelers
Right.
are on kind of a
Yeah.
I wouldn't say downswing, but they're just kind of flat right now.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of teams, man, that didn't have a whole lot of expectations and are outperforming them, like I was talking about last week. Houston's another one.
Yeah.
Looking good.
well, they're 1-2, so let's not get too.
Yeah,
hyped
but I
up
mean, when you
yet.
blow out the Jags like that, that's definitely like you
Well,
get some positive
I mean,
momentum,
to
like
you
were
guys,
saying.
yeah, that looks good, but to me, that seemed pretty.
Blowing out a top 15 team ain't that bad, man. Ain't that bad.
Some would say
Um,
16.
Yeah, I mean, the Cardinals just blew out a top 15 team.
True.
That's true.
True.
And when I say 15, I mean 15. Sneak peek to my top
Maybe
10
a Cardinals.
Cowboys.
We might be looking at a Cardinals Texans Super Bowl.
Ooh.
That'd be hot. All right, let's blast through these last two. Raiders versus Chargers. I got the Chargers.
You guys already know. I got the Chargers.
Justin
on,
Herbert continues his
Chargers.
MVP run.
Chargers.
Yep.
And then I think we all can agree
The
for
Jets.
the Chiefs versus the Jets.
Yep.
The Jets win.
The
this one.
Jets. Easy.
Oh yeah.
Right, K-Dawg?
Easily, yeah. Zach Wilson, he's gonna go off this game.
No, they're
He's gonna
actually
continue
they're
his
actually
MVP
trading
run,
for
too.
Drew Lock in the next few days, and he's gonna go in there and dice up the Chiefs.
Imagine.
They just
Garrett
signed.
Wilson.
I think they signed Trevor
Huge
Simeon. That was in the news
Yeah,
today.
saw that.
Big news.
Yeah.
Big news.
Huge news.
Trevor Simeon. Pick him up.
Aaron Rodgers, Trevor Simeon. What's the difference, really?
Right. So yeah, we got Chiefs here, right?
I think, yeah, Chiefs. I think despite that Jets defense, Chiefs blow.
Just so we're on record saying we have the Chiefs and not the Jets.
I do
right.
also have
Yeah.
the Chiefs.
Let's clarify. Yeah.
All right, great. All right, well, this will be a fun week. I think this past week we all finished, 9-7?
Yeah, we all were tied up.
We
Yep.
did. We did. We
So that
mixed
means-
up the games a little bit. We picked different
Yeah.
teams, but yeah, we ended
Yeah.
up in the same place.
That's right.
So that means you guys, through 3 weeks, are still tied, and I'm behind, I think,
Yep.
3 games or so.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think we had a little bit of disagreement on this one, so maybe we'll maybe I can catch up again. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, man.
All right.
I think I might just go perfect.
All right, you guys. I don't think you will.
We'll see.
I mean, I don't know, man. Your Patriots call? That's going to be the one if you don't.
I mean, come on. Who's calling the Cardinals last week?
That's fair.
So
Yeah, that's fair. All right. You guys want to get into top 10 real quick?
Yeah.
let's try to.
After everything
Let's
we've
make
talked
this
about.
one a little quick, huh?
All right.
Yeah, I
Okay,
feel like
you
that'll
start
be-
us off, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about all those
We-
teams, so I won't elaborate much. But coming in at number 10, their first appearance on KDawg's top 10 rankings, I've got the Seattle Seahawks.
Wow,
Yeah.
let's go,
Cracked
baby.
it. They
Let's
cracked
go.
Nice.
They might be moving up further. We'll see. But I got the 10
Yeah,
for
I
now.
like that.
Hell yeah. All right, Coop.
So,
You give us the 10.
this is also a newcomer, and I know you guys. Well, at least KDawg can't clown on me too much because I know he's gonna have a 1 and 2 team up here as well. I got the Chargers.
I debated doing
I-
that. I really
Fair
did.
enough.
Oh yeah, I like that offense. I think that defense can figure it out. They got the key characters to do something about it. So I got them at 10.
The 10 spot really felt like you could put
Yeah,
1 and 2 team pretty easily.
Right.
I was looking. I felt pretty good about my top 9. The 10, I felt like I could put 5 teams.
Yeah.
And then I went back and
Agree.
forth on
yeah.
wow.
Like I
all
think
these teams are not that
number
great.
10 throughout the
Like-
season is just going to be like a turntable of people.
Yeah,
So
yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this one because I've been preying on their downfall.
no way.
But I have to do it.
No
right.
way.
I have the Browns.
No
I have the
way.
Browns at 10.
No way. I thought about putting them in this, but are you crazy
Oh,
right
I hate
now?
it. I
Even
hate
without Chubb,
I
you're
hate
putting
it.
them at 10? Oh
it's the D,
man,
man.
yeah.
I mean, you can
It's
make
the D.
it's
Fair
not
enough.
crazy.
Fair
I
enough.
snub
No,
him,
I
but
agree.
I don't hate it
And
though. It's not crazy.
and Cooper,
Oh wow.
Amari Cooper looks really good. I didn't think he would
What
be
a 180.
as great, but hey, I still think they're dead. I think long term over the season they're dead.
Oh
But right
my-
now they're playing like a top 10
All
team.
right, man. No, honestly,
So-
I respect the hell out of you for putting them up there. So
I had to do it. I really couldn't see any other.
you
teams
did
that
it
I
for the
liked.
memes,
And so
but I respect you for it.
I didn't. I genuinely think it. All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah,
on 9.
number 9, no change from last week. I got the Rams.
Wow. Well,
Simply
But you know,
because
you had the Bengals at 10.
That's fair.
I
was
did,
some of the
That's
and
Bengals
you
fair.
might be
fraud.
hearing about them a little soon.
Man.
Pretty soon.
That's
But yeah,
fine.
I got the Rams at 9. Tough loss, but I just think they're better than
yeah.
the teams before 'em.
Sure,
Yeah, I
fair
think they have
enough.
more potential.
So it's I understand your reasoning, but like to have a 1 and 2 Bengals this high up in your list and a top 8 team just kind of baffles me.
He's got 2 1 and 2 teams.
Oh, I can't even think of the other. Anyways, so number 9, they.
Rams and Bengals, dog.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So number 9, they dropped 5 spots for me. I got the Ravens. I still think they're a top.
Wow.
I still think they're a top
Okay.
10 team. But with their health concerns right now, their defense isn't back. Their offense is looking a little sluggish. I definitely think I see them higher in my list like in the next few weeks. Even though I got them losing to the Browns, rest in peace. But yeah, I had to drop them, so got them at 9 here.
Okay. I have another Shmokin Hot Take. Probably the hot take of the episode. I've been singing the praises for the past 2 hours, and I believe they deserve the 9 spot on my list, and that is the Indianapolis Colts.
Whoa.
That's hot.
I mean, that's fair. They beat the Ravens, who I got at 9, but I don't know, man.
They beat the Ravens. They've been playing really well. I think especially once Richardson comes back.
Yeah.
I am seeing this team, and I really am liking what I see.
Yeah,
And think
Yeah.
they'll continue
I think
to
I need
succeed.
to see a little more.
So this is a long-term
from them.
call.
Yeah.
This is a long-term call.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still figuring out a lot of these teams.
Oh yeah, this list we got here
I
is.
see where you're going with it.
If
Yeah.
I recall last year, before we did this podcast, I remember we used to have similar conversations like this.
Mhm.
And I said through 3 weeks, I think I said that the Jaguars were a really good team, and you guys were clowning on me. And then the end of the season, they finished.
You
They were
know,
a pretty damn good team.
I know.
I'm kind of getting that
This
same
is
Colts feeling.
this is
here.
what you love to do. You love to call out some audacious pick so that in the
Whoa.
slimmest chance it hits, you can just rub it up and down our faces for the next like 3
Well, no,
years.
you guys didn't shit on me for the Colts take, so I won't.
Oh, we'll hear about it because I think they're also decent. But you're gonna be saying, "Oh, who's calling the Colts, man?"
Oh, just wait and see until
It's up there with the whole.
I call the Texans.
It's up
on
there
this
with the
list.
whole Taylor Swift thing. It'll
What,
be
my calls
it'll
are
be
up
a
there that annoy you?
reoccurring annoyance to me.
Okay. Jeez. All right, let's go to 8.
All right.
We got to start running through these a little faster. I think. I got the Bengals at 8. They moved up.
All right. I got. Oh.
Yeah.
Not too fast.
I was gonna. Yeah, I guess I said that. I was gonna say it's not next year, but-
Go ahead.
I know it's kind of crazy to have them at 8, but I'm looking at the potential. I think they're going to stick around
Yeah.
that spot for a while and maybe slowly crawl up.
Yeah. No. I get that. I got another kitty cat up here at 8, and we got a new team up in my top 10. I got the Lions. They're looking good.
Nice.
You know, they almost beat the Seahawks. If they'd beat us, they'd be 3-0. I think they'd be in all of our top 10s, even, maybe our top 6s. So, I got them up here at 8.
Yeah, I got the Lions here at 8 too.
Nice.
Same logic
Mhm.
as Coop. So yeah.
I snubbed the Lions, but I hear you guys.
Wow.
I got the Ravens at 7. They actually are unchanged from last week. I just think they're more dangerous right now than those teams before them. But
Sure.
despite that loss,
Yeah. Number 7, they moved up 1. I got the Seahawks. Everything I saw from them this last matchup, I liked. Besides the defense, I think the defense could get better with the tools that are coming back. We got Adams coming back. We got Witherspoon, who's going to be stepping up, and then we got Tariq Woolen, our defensive rookie of the year last year. Coming back, I like him. I know he wasn't the actual defensive rookie of the year, guys. Don't worry.
No, but he was. He was to everyone that paid attention. He was. And that's why I also have the Seahawks.
Wow.
Moving up 3 spots from 10.
You guys make this list together?
Nah, you think
No.
No, if I saw the Colts on his list, I would have clowned him so hard, bro.
He was not listed yet.
You guys clowned on me more for the Browns.
Fair
Well, you want to know why? Because you called them dead, and you literally put them in your top 10.
At number 6, I caught him from their free fall. I got the Cowboys. I don't want to say much about this. I mean, they got to move out of the top 5.
Yeah.
But that being said, I mean, they've still done more than my teams, lower in the list. So
Right.
I think it's a good spot for them.
Number 6, just like KDawg just said, the Looney Tunes free fall. They run over the cliff. They look at you for half a second, then they start falling. I got the Cowboys minus 4 spots. I still think they're a good team. They have a lot to prove after their loss. But yeah, you just can't have them in the top 5 right now.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's why I have the Cowboys at 6.
Wow. Hey, Schmokers, we actually made this whole list together, by the way.
The top 5 is all the same for everybody.
The thing is, like, the fact that we talk about these things with each other every week, like, our opinions are going to merge a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to start thinking about things the same way. So
I feel like we're pretty good about not talking about pod-related things, though, during the week.
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair.
Because, usually we just say, what our chat log usually looks like during the games is just damn, so-and-so booted.
Yeah,
Wow,
they should have had
this
that
guy's
catch.
just-
We need to leave.
Why'd you drop that?
We like to surprise each other.
Yeah.
At number 5, I got the Bills moving up 3 spots. I mean, 2 blowouts in a row. We've been kind of down on them, but they look impressive, and I wouldn't want to play them right now.
Yep. Plus 3. I also got the Bills moving up 3 spots to number 5.
Oh,
So
no. I have the Bills, too. I got 5.
That's funny.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Smokers. We
Let's
promise
see.
this isn't coordinated.
We'll see about my number 4.
I think the next 4 is going to stop.
My number 4 is unchanged with the Chiefs. Nothing more needs to be said there.
My number 4 is the Chiefs. They moved up 3 spots. So.
And my number 4 is the
No,
Chiefs.
what are we doing?
Guys, I think we're
Guys.
going to have the same top 3 unless you
Well,
guys
they're-
I suspect someone might have
No, I
put
think-
those
I
70
think-
pointers
Yeah, I think somebody
to
put.
the one spot.
Yeah, I agree.
But,
Well, let's find out.
you know
What's
what?
your
I'll
three,
just
K-Dawg?
go you guys wanted me to just do my top 3 right now. It's pretty predictable.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I got the Eagles at 3. I got the Dolphins at 2, and still have the 49ers being the number 1 team.
All right, I got the Eagles at 3, the Dolphins moving up 4-2, and the 49ers at number 1.
All right. I have the 49ers
Oh,
at 3.
okay.
Whoa.
Now that's such clickbait right there, bro.
That's
The
pretty-
Eagles at 2.
That's insane.
And the Dolphins at
I don't
1.
think
Okay,
you could put the 49ers
hold up.
under the Eagles right now.
Hold up. Coop, on the Thursday night recap, remember what I said to you about the Niners?
Yep, I do remember.
I said if the Niners and Eagles play right now, I got the Eagles.
I do remember.
You did. I
And
remember.
after
I remember
watching-
hearing that. I remember listening.
After watching on Monday, I still feel okay about that.
Okay.
Because I just don't trust what. And it's funny that I actually said that how I thought that Brock Purdy wasn't very good under pressure, because the next day I saw the stat line, which I don't know if it's true. I want to believe it's true, but I saw it on Reddit, where it was Brock Purdy under pressure was 20 for 31 with 2 touchdowns or something like that. But I see that and I'm like, what is this? Is this from the same game I
Right.
just watched? Because what I saw was not 20 for 31 with 2 touchdowns. So I don't know what they're
You
considering
just
a
for some
quote-unquote
reason every
pressure.
time you looked at the TV you saw the 11 incompletions, and then as you were looking away,
Yeah, maybe. I didn't think he played that well when he got
Yeah.
pressured. And honestly, I feel like that's what could hurt them once he has to go up against the Eagles D line.
Right.
So, we'll see.
Yeah.
The Eagles, though, man, I just think that running game's so impressive. DeAndre Swift is looking like a steal in fantasy drafts. When I was laughing at people
Sure.
drafting him, now I look like the chump.
Yeah.
Although that was kind of due to a Gainwell injury, but maybe you'd imagine that the talent would eventually
Think
arrive
so.
at some point. And then the Dolphins, yeah, I mean, you could call it clickbait. I've also just been high on Tua all season. The defense needs to step it up if they, want to stay at the one spot. But, I mean, we're really going to see them tested this week against the Bills.
Yeah.
And so, is the offense legit? I think it is. I think there's no questions about that. But is it legit enough to carry a bad defense?
Right.
Is really what we all need to
For
find out.
me, my top three, it was more so like the Niners didn't play themselves out of the number one. The Dolphins definitely played themselves into the number. You can't not put the Dolphins at 2 right now. I don't think you put up 70. It's either 1 or 2 there, and then the Eagles still look like the Eagles. I don't have them unchanged. It's just more so how far the Cowboys fell, and then the Dolphins took that power vacuum.
Yeah. The Chiefs are really looking like a solid 5, though. I will admit, like they're looking like a real solid, like have the potential to move up easily into the top 3.
I still
especially
think
if they beat the Dolphins.
I think oh, you mean the Bills?
Yeah, sorry.
You
what did I
said
say?
Chiefs. I think the Chiefs. I'm still not sold on the Chiefs. I think their defense is still better than their offense, and that can actually carry them through any matchup. The 3 teams ahead of them, I think, just kind of smoke them right now at this point. Anything from you, KDawg, on your top 3?
I can. I mean, we have the same top 3 Coops, so I
Yeah.
can go let you say. But I just want to remind everyone, with the exception of that NFC Championship last game in which Brock Purdy got hurt, and I will say they probably would have lost anyway. The guy is undefeated, and they look great this season.
Yeah.
And to me, they're the clear
Defense
number
looks
one.
exceptional.
They're the clear number
Yeah.
1 until someone proves that otherwise.
Maybe the Cowboys
Agreed,
can.
man.
If the Cowboys beat the Niners, do they jump to 1 for you?
No.
let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got to see the Patriots game first. But
That's
we'll
true.
see. If Cowboys go 2-0 next couple weeks, they'll be in my top 5. I'll say that.
Okay, I think they would make mine too.
Yeah, you got to put them back up there.
We'll just the
Schmokers.
Cardinals game will just be a bad dream.
Yeah.
Just a bad dream.
Let's
I'll
hope.
forget.
Let's hope. And then the cycle begins again, where the Cowboys fans get a big head. You better watch out for any of those dark horses in like weeks 7 through 8 or
Ooh.
9 for teams that could knock you off, KDawg.
I know.
Put you back in the fraud
No,
category.
I know.
Is that a Seahawks?
Yeah, I've
matchup
lived
you're
that.
talking about?
I've lived that cycle for years. I don't fall for it quite so easy anymore.
Well, Schmokers, make sure to let us know your top 10 teams. We always love comparing it, ours to yours. And let us know whose list you like the best. I'm sure Coop's going to get this list out on the Insta.
Definitely. Best
Shmokin Hot
way to
Takes
let us
at
know
some
who
point
has
this week.
the poopiest looking list is just throw a little comment in that on that Instagram page or post.
Yeah, who's stanky?
Let us know. We like to get clowned as much as we like to clown each other. I think it's just part of the fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I had some people clowning me
Oh yeah.
for putting the Cowboys at 1. And
Yep.
I guess that's what I
don't
get for
listen
trusting the Cowboys.
Stick to your gut. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to the haters.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, folks, that's gonna do it for us today. Long ep. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully you got everything you need to know for week 4 coming up. Got quite a few good ones, so it should be another fun week. High scoring game. Make sure to tune in for that Broncos Bears game. It's gonna be the best. I'm excited.
I'm just excited for the memes.
Yeah.
For that game.
The memes. Coop's going to be feasting
man.
on that Insta page. So, yeah, definitely make sure to, at Shmokin Hot Takes, give us a follow. Check that out. Check us out on Spotify. Check us out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Give us a subscribe on YouTube. We're at Shmokin Hot Takes everywhere.
That's right.
We got
And
the handle
let's just
everything.
spell it out for guys or for everybody so that they don't get confused. It's SHMOKIN Hot HOT Takes TAKES. Shmokin Hot Takes.
Yeah, fire. Thank you. That's for our illiterate listeners.
You could also just look down at your phone right now.
Well, some people get confused. I'm just
Yeah.
just want to be
It's a
ahead of
good
the
call.
game.
And we'll put links in the pod description for all you people. And join the Discord. We need people in the Discord. So yeah, fellas, any last comments, concerns before we sign off for today?
Nothing from me.
Nothing
Yeah,
from Cooper.
we've said a lot. I don't know if there's much more to be
It's
said.
time
but
for
we're excited
slumber.
We're excited for another week.
That's right.
The only other thing to be said is make sure to tune in Friday morning. We'll have somewhat of a Thursday night recap, and we'll hear C-Dub's week
Uh-oh.
4 hopeful
Are we gonna hear
locks.
some trumpets in that one?
We might hear some sad noises out of
Wah,
C-Dubs.
wah, wah.
Might be CLs.
Uh-oh.
We'll see. I'm just kidding. All right, fellas. Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for checking out Shmokin Hot Takes, and we'll see you next week. Adios.
See ya.
See you guys.